Hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, mini-series, and clearly long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight, we are playing the first episode in our new actual play of Fabula Ultima, a TTJRPG that I am so freaking excited for. Just, I love JRPGs, I love TTRPGs. It's just beautiful. It's a match made in heaven. But before we dive into it, yes, I see you noticed the title of the stream. It's fine. Everything's fine. Before we dive into it, I do have just a few announcements. The first being we have two sponsors for tonight's game. That is Hero Forge, which is what we usually use to make all of our very cool tokens. But mainly it's where you can go to make super customized miniature models and get them sent straight to your door. Our other sponsor, as I go ahead and hit play here, and that's super loud, I apologize. Let's turn that down a lot. Is Epidemic Sound. It's what we use for all of our royalty-free sounds and sound effects. We're going to throw some codes here in the chat, which you can use to go and support us. And we love you for it. There's Hero Forge, and there is Epidemic Sound. Both of them will go to supporting our channel and everything we do. Also, Fail, thank you. Oh god, there's so many. Oh god.
Fail beat me to it while mine was processing.
Oh my god.
You are both amazing beans. I love you both. Oh god, so many good things. I'm so excited. Oh, we got this. This is gonna be.
One more for a hype train.
One more for hype train.
Oh, thank you all so much. You all are so kind. I can love you, nerds. Thank you for the subs and the follows and the just being amazing. Oh god, focus. ADHD brain go burr. All right. So, like I said, this is the very first game in our Fabula Ultima campaign, so I want to go around, give everyone a chance to tell you who they are and who they're playing tonight. We'll go clockwise, starting for me, which means that we are starting with Fail.
Oh, fun. Hey everybody, I am Fail Prime. I am playing Drond. He comes from the northern wastes of Agnapor. He has decided to forsake his people and kind of set out on a solo sort of adventure mission to find out exactly who killed his wife. And you'll find out more about his story as we go.
Absolutely. And then up to Kian.
Hello everyone. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_chiffon. Tonight I am playing Sprout, who comes from Nighthold in the Kingdom of Lysthanica, who has decided to leave home to perhaps follow a mysterious voice in the void, has screamed into the void, and the void has screamed back. So I am super excited to be here tonight and see how that plays out for Sprout.
Absolutely. We're going to go over the character art after we go through introductions. Up to Anna.
Yes, hi, I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most places on the internet, queer intense advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. You can find me on Twitter at Archival Dustbun. And tonight I'm playing Cadence, the time assassin. She is from Straya, which is the capital of Priya Shate, which is a coastal country to the side of the map. You'll see it if we ever see the full map. It's hard to miss. But yeah, she is in Avis on a mission currently.
Absolutely. And that brings us over to Kit.
Hey, I'm Kit. You can find me on places like Twitter at KitRollCause or on Instagram just at KitRoll. And tonight I will be playing Ophelia, who is just a little guy. They are an automaton that was built by the magic technicians of Avis. They're just here to have a good time, y'all.
As are we all. And then with some amazing camera work that I am still in awe of, Liza.
Hey, I'm Glyza, person of many, many hats, a podcast host, a writer, variety streamer, talk show host, director of philanthropy over at TTJRPG, as well as a partner on the Gremlin Collective. Today, I am in front of you as a TTRPG personality, and I will be playing Echo. Echo is from Nagarlan Cementerio, an underwater kingdom that deals in secrets. Not much is known about the kingdom, and that's how they like it. Echo is a secret keeper or spies that spread false information about their kingdom, but also uncover secrets of other kingdoms. And we're just gonna find out why they're not in their kingdom right now. So that's gonna be exciting.
I already love all of just the juicy little tidbits we have for everybody. It's so good. I guess that just leaves me. I, of course, am Andrew, your storyteller for tonight's game. Find me here at the Lost Caravan, just always doing cool, nerdy things. And if you want to come and join us, we do casting calls each and every month for one-shots and mini-series. They typically go out on our Twitter, but you can also join our Discord, which is down below that big old button that says Discord. It's where we post things like casting calls and schedules, and just generally hang out and be giant nerds. I'm fine, y'all. I'm fine. This is gonna be amazing. Alright. Why don't we go ahead and kick this off? We're going to set the scene a little, and then follow a pair of travelers as they finally reach their destination. The roads have been long and treacherous. No one travels alone between the major cities and the kingdoms. Everything around, everything that's not walled off and patrolled and secured, runs the risk of death. Monsters roam everywhere that they can't be put into check. Woods remain absolutely filled to the brim with mysteries. That brings us to the pair of travelers in front of us. Two heavily armed, heavily skilled warriors, side by side, discussing life, their pursuits, and what has brought them to the city of Avis. Sprout, Drand. The two of you, having traveled from different parts of the world, but nonetheless come here with a singular goal in mind, find yourselves staring out rising towers and walls of the city of Avis, capital, the kingdom of Lastanica. Now, how much exactly you shared with each other, leave that for both of you to discuss. But as the sprawling city lights, towers, the constant guard patrols, as all of that comes into view, I'm going to pass it over to you. What would you like to do?
I think seeing the city in its glory, I cannot whistle, but Sprout would whistle a very long one and just say, wow, this is, they have cities like this where you come from?
This isn't, dissimilar to, Agnapor, but, I feel like Agnapor has a little bit more, say, class. It's a little bit more of a fancy joint. The ice and the glistening of the ice when the sun hits it just right just has a magic to it that makes the city stand out. The streets and the city lights and things like that.
This is definitely the biggest city that I've ever been to, so I'm glad one of us is a little more comfortable here. And Sprout stands at maybe like 6'3", 6'4", but kind of like feels very dwarfed by the city and is definitely kind of looking in awe and is having a hard time focusing on just one thing as they walk.
Even as you're mid-conversation, heading towards the main gate, there is just these series of whistles that suddenly just echo out from these massive walls, and these little bits of light just shoot up, spiral patterns, before exploding into showers of red, green, and blue, and gold. And then those sparks exploding again and again into smaller and smaller, just sprays of color, where they eventually fade and trickle back down to the ground. You can already hear music playing. This joyous, celebratory song that seems to carry through the entirety of the capital. They seem to be in a celebration of sorts. Are either of you very knowledgeable about different religions, especially here in Las Danica?
I would say Sprout is.
The symbols that you're seeing of banners that have been erected alongside the road, as well as painted along the walls and towers, is of the moon deity. Tonight's a celebration dedicated to her. Is there anything else the two of you would like to do? You slowly approach the main.
What is the guard situation?
There's probably a dozen guards posted up around the main gate itself, but there's patrols roaming around the edge of the capital constantly, whether on foot outside the walls or on top of the walls themselves.
And does it
Right?
does it seem generally just like we're posting up to make sure that nothing is started, or is this like we are searching every person who's...
Oh no, just to make sure that nothing happens.
Okay.
I mean, you're not the only travelers arriving tonight, coming or going from the city. No one is stopped, and if they are, it's to make sure that they're not pass out drunk and that they're okay.
What do you say? Anything you want to go check out?
Drond is kind of like counting in his head. He's like watching the guards on the walls and at the gates, and he's just kind of like counting. You see him like on his fingers, like he's making mental note of this particular entrance and exit. As he's walking along, and he kind of stops, and he's thinking about it. He's like, I would prefer to find the maybe seediest pub in the area. I find that that's the best place to get information, and information is what I'm looking for.
Not what I thought you were going to say, but I'm happy to check it out if they have decent drinks. So,
Oh, you've never been to some of the seediest pubs?
not I can't say it's been high on my list, but I'm excited. New city, new pubs, seedy or not, it could be pretty fun.
Generally, the seedy ones have the more illicit brews that'll knock you right on your ass.
That's what I'm here for, and Sprout is absolutely on board with this plan.
Okay? Yeah. Well, the two of you approach the gates, start to overhear multiple sets of conversations from people that are a tad too drunk that have come out here for some fresh air and to get away from the noise a little, to the guards who clearly have been sneaking some of the celebratory drinks and foods, as some of them just kind of sway on the spot a little bit. But as the two of you approach, being that you are alone and that you are well armed, they do all kind of get each other's attention and nod your way before calling out, "Hello there. You here for the celebration? Don't get many travelers such as yourselves this time of year."
We've both come from pretty far away, so I want
See
us to be
that.
prepared.
Now, I hope this goes without saying, and please don't take it the wrong way, but if you come to cause any trouble, can you do it tomorrow? Just
I think that can be arranged.
okay.
I could postpone any troublemaking for a day or 2 or 10.
We'd really appreciate it. Go on in.
Does anybody have any coin purses?
Pretty much everybody.
Anybody that looks particularly drunk that I could snag it from?
Are you asking to make the very first roll of the game?
I guess so. I really hope this doesn't set the tone. I have not been rolling well this week, y'all, so
No whammies,
I
no
apologize
whammies, no
in
whammies.
advance.
So, the way that checks work in Fabula Ultima, which, if you haven't seen it yet, we did post a video on our YouTube channel going over the basics of Fabula Ultima, so go check that out. Is that every roll combines 2 different dice. You take 2 of your stats, whatever dice are associated with them, you roll, and you're trying to hit the difficulty level. The way that I find it most fun to run this is that I choose one of the stats for you to use, and you choose the other. So what stat would you feel fits this action?
Dexterity would make sense since I'm trying to do this a little stealthily.
I'm gonna say insight for the second one, because you're waiting for that right moment where no one's looking, judging the timing, speed. This is gonna be a difficulty level 10.
Okay. Can't do math. That's a 6.
6 total.
6 total. Don't kill me, Hoop. We're still in the first, 20 minutes of the game.
I do have an ultimate point, but
Oh, so do I.
you have Fabula points. Yes,
I
That's
do, because Blair is
fact.
amazing.
you
I
also,
would like
Fight. Point. Fight.
you also start with 3. Everyone starts with 3.
3?
Oh,
So
4.
the way that you can spend your Fabula points is to invoke a trait of yours. If you feel like you have a trait that applies to the situation, you spend your Fabula point, pick up both your dice, and re-roll. You can do that as many times as you want. You can also spend a Fabula point to invoke a bond. You apply the strength of that bond to the roll as long as that bond helps you in the situation. So, do you have a trait or bond that you'd like to use?
I don't know. I'm afraid to fail, but it would also be kind of fun.
It could be really funny.
It could, it's kind of. We'll see what happens.
Fail
BSF Strand
forward!
is gonna come in and save my ass if I go to jail. So
Episode 1, Sprout gets arrested.
I am the rescue mission that's going to happen.
Just kind of, mosey off to the side a little as you're walking through the gates, just a little closer to the drunk trio that's loudly laughing and singing along to a song that was probably playing 10 minutes ago. That song isn't even playing anymore. But if you get close enough that you can kind of reach out, your fingertips are almost brushing the coin pouch, when this heavy-set older gentleman just turns to look at you, just whips around. Maybe he caught you, maybe you have to come up with a lie on the spot. He takes a breath and then just expels all of the liquid that he has been consuming for this evening.
Cute.
Oh, honey.
Is it on me?
What is your dexterity die?
D8.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
But you immediately have to recoil the arm as to not get bathed in whatever drinks these were. And he just looks at you with red, watery eyes. Sorry about that. Excuse me. And just starts stumbling over towards some other building, hopefully to get some sleep.
I'm going to look down at the puddle, and I'm going to look at Drand and say, well, at least we know nobody here can hold their liquor, so we best be prepared for that.
You can make bank.
I tried. Man, my brother always told me that I needed to be quicker when I was trying to steal stuff, but I've never gotten good at it. How do you get good at it except to practice? So I feel like I need to do this. I don't know. I think it's time for me to not try to steal from these people, though. I don't want to get puked on.
It's always best to wait until they're knocked out. Then you can take whatever you want and walk away with no consequences.
That's really good advice. I'm going to keep an eye out for anybody who's passed out as we're walking to the
You
seat.
see probably half a dozen people just passed out on the side of the street by this point.
This is a lot more of a rowdy party than I was expecting us to walk into. This is Kian saying this.
Yeah, I mean, this... Not only is this celebration of Lucerum, Moon Goddess, but this is also celebrating Avis Adis's independence. The day that it became the capital. And considering the rumors that you both definitely would have heard, no matter where you're from, rumors of potential tension between the major powers, it makes sense that people might need a chance to blow off some steam. But, Rand, with your keen nose for dive bars and pubs of ill repute, you'd find a seedy little tavern named the Jailer. A former prison, but a former holding facility for criminals that was abandoned once the castle was built, and the owners took it over and built a bar out of it.
This looks like as good a place as any. He's kind of drawn as kind of like casing the joint as he walks in. He's kind of looking at who's around and just kind of like how it looks, just in case, trouble does break out.
You clearly notice, as the two of you step in, that most of the eyes in this place, they do that little just side glance to you just to check you out as you step in, all the while pretending to hold these conversations. You can tell that while a lot of people here are drunk, a lot of the people that are here are also acting drunk.
Okay. Well, I'm going to approach the bar and just kind of signal for 2 drinks, and just give the 2 and lean against the bar as I try to listen to the conversations going on around me.
Your drinks would be brought over. And while the two of you are doing some eavesdropping and enjoying your first drinks of the evening, we're going to take a step over and out of the Jailer, cross the streets, cross the city, and to the main castle, where the guards aren't just more numerous, but they're more decorated. Pristine metal armor of the guards as they patrol the grounds leaves just this rhythmic clang. Metal on metal, metal like it's stone. As there's 2 individuals smaller in stature than maybe our first two. Peering out a window, staring at the ground. Cadence and Ophelia. What would the two of you like to do?
I am following Cadence.
Yeah, I think as we catch this scene, Ophie's probably staring out the window as Cadence grabs her arm and like continues to pull her along.
Like,
Yeah, to a corner stop, and I pull a scarf out of my bag and kind of wrap it over the top of Ophelia's head. We need to get out of the castle. We need to get out of the city
why?
because you're in danger.
Okay. Where shall we go?
I think we need to wait till nightfall to get out of the city. I have a room at a shitty place called the Jailer. Nobody should find us there. If we get separated, look for me there.
Why would we get separated?
People might be chasing us. We need to be quiet. We need to get out of here without being seen. Do you know the best way out?
Yes. And they'll just sort of like turn on their heels and start walking a place.
I will follow.
Hear the click of a door and loud, boisterous music that's playing in the main hall would kind of waft out into this hallway as a small figure, maybe 2 feet tall at the most, just steps out and looks around before seeing you, Ophelia. And her face just lights up this massive smile. She shuts the door behind her and comes running over. Ophi, where'd you go? We were just about to dance. Right? You said you'd dance with me. No takesies backsies.
I will dance with you tomorrow. I have a sudden commitment. My apologies.
But there won't be any music tomorrow.
We will make our own music then. You have been practicing your flute, have you not?
Of course, every day.
Well, you better go practice, and I will see you tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. She'll turn and, like, head now hanging, open the door back into the main hall and walk her way back in.
Just sort of turns to Cadence. We will be back for lessons tomorrow, will we?
I told you we need to get out of the city. There will be people who are coming to hurt you.
But we
need to
can
go.
come back. But we can come back, right?
Eventually, yes, but it may be a little while.
This is important.
It is.
More important than lessons.
If the other people that are sent find you, you will not make any more of the lessons in the future. It's better to miss a few now than all of them, right?
That's correct. Let's go. And just turns back and continues walking.
You know the patrols of the guards. You know moments that you can slip out undetected. As you probably have a few times, as a lot of the children to young adults that have been left under your care like to be a little rebellious and disappear for an evening or two. But you always get them home safe.
They simply want to learn things outside of the palace. I cannot fault them for that.
Tonight's a little different. You aren't going out in search of a lost noble or to protect one of the many children in your care. But if Cadence is to be believed, which, of course, you feel she does, then you need to leave. You need to protect yourself. Two of you get to the main doors. Able to push them open. You're out as you see the patrol rounding the corner away from your path out. This is your last chance, Ophelia. You step out of the castle. There's a very likely chance that you will not come back anytime soon.
I think there is a bit of pause, and they, turn back, but it is true, and they do not doubt that it is far more important to preserve the possibility of any future lessons than to make it to the next one, if that makes sense. And they have no reason to doubt Cadence.
Two of you slip out into the ever-growing darkness of the evening. The sun now, final rays swallowed up by the horizon, to the crowd of people that is gathered outside of the castle. Music is almost deafening in some places. Drinks are being just liberally shared throughout the streets. Vendors have set up, taking no money at all, just giving their drinks, their foods, their trinkets to any who pass by. They're able to disappear.
Ophelia does try to, it is easily wooed by the street vendors and will, stop and talk and take a thing, unless, up and until Cadence pulls them away.
Yes, I will keep a hand on Ophelia's arm, continue pulling. I have my hood up, and I'm trying to keep us to alleyways. And I think there's a few moments where passing guard patrols or whatever, Cadence messes with a couple dials on her vambrace, and the time around the guards almost seems to slow down, which allows us enough time to slip to another alleyway.
So cool.
Continue to pull her through the streets.
Since Cadence, I feel like you would be more perceptive about things going on around you, more so than Ophelia would be.
You definitely know what to do about what you see more.
Say the important things, yes. I
Yeah.
think Ophelia is probably more focused in on the fun things of the festival.
Ophelia's just taking it all in, y'all.
Would you make a check for me? This is to take in potentially dubious things in your surrounding. I'm going to have you roll insight for the one that I'm choosing, but you have your choice of other die.
I'm going to say for the ability of keeping watch while she's moving, dodging between things, keeping her head on a swivel, dexterity. Because I don't know that willpower fits it exactly, and I don't know that might fits it exactly. So dex kind of feels like
You can
this
do
type of...
insight twice.
Okay. I mean, I'll do that if you think that fits more.
Works for me.
What's my difficulty? It's 10 exactly.
While everyone around you is all focused on the celebrations and the music and the fireworks that are now going off, every once in a while you just lock eyes for a brief moment, just a fraction of a second, and that alarm in your brain starts to go off. And then they just give you a smile and move on. It's the fact that it's happened more than once and something is starting to just raise that danger sense in the back of your mind. might not be quite as safe here.
Do I get the feeling that we are being followed or tracked, or do I get the feeling that something else bigger is going on?
They don't seem to be here for you. At least not at this very moment.
Hmm.
It's entirely possible that they are here for you, but just don't recognize you. Or they're here for Ophelia and don't know that she's...
Got it. I will pick up our speed then.
Or we'll follow.
Then I'm gonna jump back over. A pan back across the streets, the now darkened sky being illuminated with fireworks that even start creating pictures and scenes, and there's a moment where a dozen fireworks go off one after the other, and it creates this epic battle between the heroes of Lastanica and the last dragon that disappeared hundreds of years ago. But we jump back to the jailer. Back to Drand and Sprout. As you've been past your drinks, it's nothing special. It's honestly their house drink, but drinks are free tonight. Paid for by the royal family. And
It's a very generous royal family.
Absolutely. This celebration only comes around once a year. In the fact that the Independence celebration and the Lunar Festival happen on the same night, they're going all out. But as you are sitting and listening, you catch conversations that you would expect of illicit deals, of trade goods, of probably some sort of drug paraphernalia. Nothing that's really over too concerning. But you also do see one lone figure that's not here with anyone, that's not engaging in conversation and might be holding a drink, but still seems as sharp as they possibly could. And Echo, would you give us a description and tell us what you're doing?
Echo is regaling a lot of people that are willing to listen about different stories and different just stories that seem really unbelievable but cannot be proven to be wrong. Anytime somebody asks them whether, like, how they would know this, Echo would be like, well, have you been there? Because I have been there. And it's obvious that those people have 3 legs. If you haven't been there, then you can't prove me wrong. So therefore, you know, the confidence that Echo has in sharing these stories and regaling all of these people about different locations is just overwhelming, that they're all like believing them. And then while telling the stories, they will put down their little, like a little can. And it's like, you know, if you would like to fund more of the stories and more of my travels, tips would be well appreciated. Of course, I understand that you're all enjoying this night and you might want to spend your money somewhere else, but your drinks are free. So, you know, if you want to spend the money that you would have spent on drinks, you could spend them on me, and I will regale you with more stories. That's basically what Echo has been doing this entire time.
I don't think there's any reason to make a check for that. I think people would be enamored with your stories, whether they fully believe them or not. Just the fact that you're here and that they get to listen to these amazing tales you have would be more than enough for them.
Also, it's not really normal for them to see people from... So they're very like, oh, you know, my people don't really get out of the water. So Just to be there is already special enough.
Yeah, you don't really see sea folk in Avis 8 is very common. But being from the profession that you are, you clock the pair of individuals as they enter as being maybe a little more than they appear. As Sprout and Rand take their seats at the bar, and you can tell that they are both alert and listening to conversations around them and just trying as if they were looking for something.
Would I know any of them? Like either through their face or just stories that they might be well known for, that kind of thing. Is there a role that I can make?
Have you ever been up to the far north?
I want to say Echo themselves haven't, but the underground kingdom does partake in a lot of secrets and learning about secrets.
Oh, absolutely.
So there may be spy network sort of situation that may have known that kind of thing.
Then I have a question for Drand. Your attire, would it be clearly recognizable as to where you're from?
I mean, the one thing that you might notice, if you're crafty enough, is just under Drand's, because he's wearing like a short sleeve garb. Just under the sleeve, you might notice that there is a tattoo of a fist, which would represent the city of Agdapoir.
I think you'd absolutely recognize it.
Okay. What do I know about that place?
It's cold. It's very cold.
And is this area that we're at now? Is it not cold? Just curious.
No, it's very much warm here.
I see. Are we a tropical place here?
Not quite tropical, but like Central California during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Very much on the warmer side. As far as what you know about the city, we have a whole cheat sheet here. You know that it is one of the city-states located in the northern wilds. A handful of what was nomadic clans banded together, forming a settlement that grew and grew until it became a power in its own right. Named after the most powerful clan that currently resides there.
Perfect. Seeing them there, I'm going to stand up and bow to my audience, and I'll walk towards the bar to order another apple juice to the bartender, and smile at both of them and say, clearly looking at Dran and say, "You're far from home."
That I am.
I too am far from home.
I could guess that. I don't. We haven't seen very many. Excuse me here, my candor. Blue people as we've traveled the roads.
Yeah, we don't usually leave our home very much.
That's fair.
I'm different in that sense.
Points to the gills.
Fair enough. I too come from a people who don't normally leave their homes as well. But kind of got pushed into traveling down to these parts. I'm looking for information. I'm looking for some people.
What a coincidence. And Echo just leaves it at that.
I think at that point, the three of you will hear the bell jingle again as the door is open. And not one, not two, but 8 different individuals just casually stroll in, not looking around, not speaking to anyone, just strolling into the center of the bar, and then strolling past into the back rooms. Hear the bartender look over. Hey, that's staff only back there. Hey, are you listening to me? Damn drunks. Hold on, I'll be back. And turns to go chase after them.
While that's happening, Echo turns to Sprout. And Echo is 5'4", so Echo is short. And looks at Sprout and go, "You're a tall one."
I am. You sound like you've been a lot of places. Were those stories that you were telling earlier?
Yes, I have been to a lot of places. And they are stories. Correct.
You said that we could pay you for more, and Sprout's gonna pull out a zenith and put it on the bar in front of or between Sprout and Echo. I would love to hear what you know about the floating islands. And while this is happening, Sprout has definitely clocked and is kind of watching where the bartender went back, but is not, not trying to make any moves.
Are you from the floating islands?
I've been there once, but no, I'm not.
Ah. Well, do you know why they float?
I would love to know more. And Sprout is like, this is like pure kid in a candy shop joy. Like Sprout is truly engaged in enjoying this conversation.
You see, the reason why they float is because it could be a blessing from the goddess of bugs. But one time they took care of bugs so well that the floating islands, actually, if you dig deep enough, you will notice that there's plenty of like flapping bugs underneath it. And they are the reason why the islands float.
Sprout like taps Dran. Do you hear this? I mean, there were a lot of bugs when I was traveling there. Like everywhere, these giant beetles and things with way too many legs. And it just, some of them seemed like they might have been friendly, but I didn't really get a chance to, talk to them and check things out. But I think this sounds like that makes sense to me.
Absolutely, of course. I would never lie to you.
Dron's shaking his head, but like he's not wanting to like ruin Sprout's innocence on this, so he's just like, yeah.
I mean, it could be a myth, it could be reality, but we will never know until we dig deep into the floating islands, and nobody really wants to do that and fall out of the floating islands, correct?
I mean, now that you say it, it's tempting.
I mean, I would gladly join you and dig deep into it if you want, if we ever get there.
That sounds wonderful, and I'm going to hand over another zenith.
Why, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Any sound or commotion from the back room?
How about an insights roll?
Ooh, don't make me roll. Double insight?
Yeah, that works for me.
That's an 8.
No, nothing.
God, poop.
You do hear the sound of the bell go off again. Someone else steps in. This time, just a pair of individuals. Also, cloak up, kind of looking around as they step in. Did we actually get a description for Cadence and Ophelia?
I don't know that we did.
I don't think we did.
Cadence is like 5'7", 5'8", kind of athletic build. Black hair with purple streaks through it, kind of pulled back. She has a hood pulled up now, but her armor and clothing are in purples and blacks and browns. A very nice looking sword on her hip and a buckler covered in runes slung over her shoulder.
And Ophelia?
Ophelia is, well, I think currently being disguising as much as possible the fact that it is a robot, but a fairly human-looking face, hair, right? Sort of pulled back in like a nice, not like ornate, but like it's an interesting little braid going on. They're probably about like, I don't know, 5'4", 5'5", an unintimidating stature, and that is on purpose. They teach little kids. And I think they were very like normal, if not a little bit like, I don't want to say fancy, but the clothes they wear, it's clear they don't like do physical work. And you can kind of see peeking up out of their collar, probably very metallic looking like hinges and things. And I imagine that typically their sleeves are rolled up, and their hands and feet and legs, everything basically from the neck down is clearly robotic. But I imagine Cadence has made her roll down her sleeves and uncuff her pants and all of that to like button up the collar, make it a little bit harder to tell. Yeah, you're just a little guy.
The two of you step in to seedy Tavern, jailer. As you open the door, those that are inside can hear the voice that just drifts through the streets as the music has been cut and a speech is now being given by King Vash, the lone ruler of the Kingdom of Lastanica. Goes on to say that he is beyond proud of everything that this city, this kingdom, its people have done. Everything that they've accomplished through adversity, through hard work, and through strife. But they have no intention of stopping now. They are going to come through these dark times better, stronger, their communities united. And as that speech is going on, you hear more fireworks going. At this point, I would ask everyone, please, to roll for insight and insight. Whatever your insight die is, roll that twice. And you are looking at a difficulty of 11. Remember, if you roll the same number and it's at least 6 or higher, then that is a critical success.
I got a 6 and a 5, so I got an 11 exactly.
Beautiful.
13.
Almost.
13.
Also 13.
Nice. We see
Sprout
nothing,
does
Sprout.
shit.
Got a 9, y'all.
I'm sure Ophelia, as they step in, you were just hit by the smell of just this fermented berry drink that is the house drink, and the smell of snacks and dozens of people crowded into this building. It just creates this, not to get too graphic about scent, but it is an interesting blend of aromas, to be sure.
I just
Hey.
imagine that moment in Tangled, Rapunzel stepping into the Snuggly Duckling.
I think it's definitely that at first, and then they see the like speech happening, and they immediately like posture straightens, hands clasped behind their back, like paying rapt attention. Clearly very respectful. But they're like, peeking every once in a while, like, what is happening? What's over there? Who's singing a song? What?
Well, and this makes sense for those of you that succeeded, those that have maybe been on the other side of a conflict, that have heard what war sounds like. Strand, Echo, and Cadence. The three of you, amidst the sound of the exploding fireworks, hear explosions that aren't fireworks. That seems like maybe they were meant to go off masked by those beautiful colors and sounds and music, but there's just a split second where it just doesn't sound right. It sounds like there might be an attack going on.
Can I see anything out of the window? If I immediately step over there and look.
Yeah, I mean, if you step out, people are staring up at the castle, and King Vash, as he's standing at the balcony, his voice being magically amplified.
Something is going on.
I should also say that Echo, one of these individuals that stepped in, you would very clearly recognize.
Sprout, do you hear that? It sounds like an attack or something.
Echo is going to look at Cadence, and you can see the biggest smile on Echo's face. Bigger than any smile you've seen that evening. And shyly waves at Cadence.
Yeah, I think with the explosions, Cadence didn't notice you at first, but as she kind of half turns back to talk to Ophelia that we need to do something, sees you, and her eyes go a little wide in surprise. Just stares for a moment. Ophelia, stay here for a moment, okay? Stay inside. Something's going on. And I will quickly walk over to Echo.
And I will meet them halfway. I will walk close. And I will say, hi.
Hi, what are you doing here?
Well, I happen to be in the city. Flashback, it's a lie. Echo is looking for you. And then back into the scene. I remember you mentioning this little fabulous entertainment area when we met that one time. Flashback, Echo actually looking for the jailer and is like making sure it's mapped out. Flash forward, and I didn't know you'd be here. Flashback, I hope she'll be here. And there you go. It's bumping into you here.
You don't have anything to do with what's going on, do you?
Oh, no. I don't know what's going on. And it's true. Echo does not know what's going on.
Sprouts, as you were listening, your new storytelling companion just got up and ran over to meet one of these newcomers. You see those figures start filing out of the back room. No sign of the bartender, but now they are disrobed, very clearly brandishing weapons. And there's just something about them that looks off. Their stare is just, it's a little too 1,000-yard stare for comfort. It's almost like they aren't quite even aware of their surroundings. But they come marching out still. Stop for a moment. One of them climbs up on the bar. Alright, listen up. Here's what's gonna happen. You're all going to sit there quietly, finish your damn drinks, and we'll be out of your hair before you know what happened. Now, there's a friend of ours that's left something important in this building. And rather than all of us just, clearing out this place and searching for it for ourselves, we're gonna pick a handful of you to help us go looking. Which, of course, I'm sure you'll be more than happy to do.
What are you looking for?
You can see, like, a moment where he's already ready to dismiss you, and then sees that you are a sea folk. And there's just a smile that starts to creep onto his face. Well, turns out we were here for two things. Just looks back at the other men and gestures towards Echo. Now, you, and you, and just gestures to random people in the crowd. Spread out, head upstairs, look through the old jail cells. You find anything round and shiny, you bring it to me. Rest of you, shut the hell up and finish your drinks. Ew, points at Echo.
Round and shiny is very vague.
Points at Echo. Come on. You're gonna be our guest of honor for tonight.
What does the guest of honor get?
That's not really for us to decide. And he hops down off the bar and starts walking your direction.
I would unfortunately like to decline the invitation. I just met up with a friend, you see, and I don't know you very well, and your answers to my questions are very vague. And I don't like it. You need to come up with better stories if you want people to follow you.
At this point, Drond would have stood up, kind of, and he kind of puts his hand on Echo's shoulder, and Echo can kind of feel, like, in his palm, like, around, like, his knuckles, she can feel the bottom of 2 pairs of, like, basically, like, brass knuckles, like iron knuckles. And he kind of, like, just whispers, he's like, just throw your drink in that general direction.
All right. Do you have a plan, sir?
I might.
Cool. Good enough for me. And Echo throws the drink in the general direction.
As that drink is flying, I want to cast the ice spell I have to freeze that drink, so that when it falls and thuds like against where it was thrown.
Absolutely. What does this look like as you call on that ice cold magic, reach out, casting your spell?
You kind of see like his already like blue eyes just kind of like glimmer almost like an ice blue shine as he reaches out and just kind of like throws at, like he's like kind of like throwing at the air like frost, and as the frost hits the water it would then turn into ice.
It's immediately it gets swallowed by that ice magic. Hits the wall, the glass shatters, the ice inside thuds. You have your moment of distraction, it's safe to say.
Well, as they're distracted, Dron's gonna have to move fast and throw a punch to try and knock this dude out. So
So, the way that initiative works in Fabula Ultima is that we make a group check. One person is the leader, which in this case, I feel like that's Drand, because Drand is initiating this brawl. Which means that, Drand, you are going to roll your dexterity plus your insight, and you are trying to beat the initiative set by the highest level enemy. If you are able to, then you all get to choose who goes first, and then we alternate between PC and NPC. If you fail, then the enemy gets to go first. But everyone else also gets to roll your dexterity plus insight, all with a difficulty of 10, and for everyone that succeeds, Drand gets a +1 to this roll.
Dexterity and insight.
Yep.
That's a... Sorry, that's a 13 for me.
That's already a +1.
And I have an ability I would like to use that happens at the very start of a conflict before anything happens.
Hell yeah.
But you can...
14 for myself.
So what happens if we get doubles?
That is a crit success.
Oh,
As long as it's 6 or higher.
Oh, yeah, they're 8s.
Yeah.
that's an 11 for me.
It's an 11 for Sprout.
11, 12, 13, 14. I think that brings you up to a 15. You definitely all go first. Very clearly go first.
So my thing that goes off, I will spend 10 mind points to use high speed, which allows me to act before a conflict begins. And I get a choice, and I'm going to choose perform a free attack with a weapon that I have equipped. And I am, so there, I think Echo feels just the slightest brush as Caden's almost inhumanly fast. Echo, I think, has seen her time manipulation before, so they would have an idea of what's going on. But Caden's rushes past, kind of underneath the glass that Dran threw, and I will draw Starlight, my rapier, and make an attack.
Absolutely. As you and Dran start charging up, you are just this blur. As Dran is just reeling back, ready to punch, time slows down. Get that slice against them.
Yeah. So when I draw my sword, it does not make sound. Anybody who sees it, the blade is black as a void with pricks of starlight inside of it.
So you are. Each weapon has. It lists what dice you use to attack with. The defense of these individuals is 11.
Okay. Starlight specifically, because of its special property, is Dex plus Dex.
Beautiful.
And I rolled double nines, which gives me a crit, so an opportunity.
Oh yes. So when you roll doubles, your check is automatically successful, and you get to apply an opportunity, which is on page 41.
There's a clip in the chat of it as well in that thread.
Beautiful. Ophelia, you also get an opportunity.
Yo, do you want me to do that now or when I
We can do it on your turn.
Sick.
How many people are still down here? There's the leader and then a couple people, right?
There's the leader and 3 others.
And the person we're attacking is one of the others.
That's
Or the
entirely
leader.
up to you. You could go for the leader if you want to.
I am going to go for the leader because I am confident like that. My opportunity is I'm going to choose affliction, and kind of as I'm rushing forward, I'm going to turn another dial on my Vambrace and cause them to take slow as a status effect. And then I hit. Now that he has slow on it, it activates my cheap shot, which adds damage. Starlight is, so that's 9 plus 10 is 19 plus 2 for cheap shot. That's 21 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Get him, baby.
Okay.
Cadence is an assassin.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure are.
True that.
And this does not count as a turn. This is all happening before combat.
Mm-hmm. So you said 21?
21.
Gotcha. You are
Yeah, they are
just
slowed.
suddenly in his face, rapier just trying to skewer through. The armor protects a little bit, but you still just get this massive gash right through the midsection, and he's just wide-eyed staring at you.
If it matters, it is dark damage, and it ignores resistances.
He
Okay.
doesn't have resistance
Okay.
of any kind. And he's also slowed, so his dexterity die is reduced by 1.
Cool. Which means his armor, his AC is down. Yeah. So, how do we want to do our turns then?
So you all won initiative. I feel like it's only appropriate that Dran kick us off.
I mean, after that, Dran is. I don't know that Dran's going to be able to do anything cool. So, is that guy down? Is he?
No, not down. Hurt, definitely. Not quite in crisis, though, but definitely hurt.
All right. So, I'm just gonna, I guess, finish going to knock him out. Just throwing a fist, which is my Dex plus Might.
Heck yeah.
So 2d10, which is a 12, and then it gets.
Defense 11.
And then, so is that just 6 damage then?
It should say your damage should be your high roll plus a set amount.
So this says high roll plus 6. So,
Yep. What was your highest die?
so D10 plus 6, so 16 damage.
What'd you roll? Like, of the 2 die you rolled, what was the higher number?
They were both 10s. So it would have been, it was a 12, so they were both 6s.
Oh, so that's a crit.
Ah, okay.
So that's automatically success. So yes, your damage would be 6 because that's the highest number you rolled, plus 6 for 12 damage. And because that's a crit, you get an
Gotcha, there we go.
opportunity.
Let's see, opportunities.
I mean, if to me it would make so much sense to use advantage, because you just
Yeah, I think that's what I was looking at. I think we'll go ahead and
you just clocked this guy after he
Um,
got stabbed by a rapier through time and is now just dazed and stumbling.
I will go ahead and I'll use advantage, and I will give the next check to whoever comes up behind me that bonus.
They +4. OBS, is OBS having a freak out right now? Hold on, give me 1 second. OBS is yelling at me.
Yeah, I think buffering.
Looks like stream is unfrozen.
I think we're good. Yep, looks like we're good. Okay. So yeah, as you just run up and just cold cock this guy who is still reeling from the rapier wound to his chest. He's gonna go, because if he doesn't, he's gonna die before ever taking an action. And we're not about that. He is going to just pull back his sword, and in the other hand you can see just like this wrist-mounted pistol, and he's going to make the sword attack against you, Drand, and then just quickly pull out the pistol shots against Cadence. I'm gonna have to get my dice out. Dex plus might and Dex plus insight. Dex is reduced down to a D6 and a D8. Never have any reason to use a D8. I love this. This is the sword attack against Drand. That's a total of a 9. What's your Dex dice size?
It's a D10.
Just glances off your armor. And then the pistol shots against Cadence is Dex Insight, which is the exact same die. Which is a 10 total.
My defense is 13, but since it is an even number, it triggers counterattack. So I think I get my buckler up in time and bounce the bullet off and slice upwards with starlight.
Amazing.
Let's see if I hit.
I'm sad.
That's a 13 total.
Yeah, it gets an 11 for sure.
Counterattack, high roll is treated as 0, so it does 10 flat dark damage.
Beautiful. Up to 31. He is officially in crisis, which means that the the slowed condition fades. As he just gets whacked in the face by the buckler, and the eyes that were so full of surprise a moment ago are now just full of rage. But that's his turn done. Back to you.
I want to run upstairs.
Absolutely.
I want to go look for the thing.
You just take off following the one that took all of the citizens upstairs.
Yes.
Say that you get to the stairs, up, and you can hear that individual that had brought everyone upstairs just yelling, does that really look like what we're looking for? Come on, now get back out there. And you can see that they're just
clear
going.
instructions.
They're just going from room to room, just tossing through people's stuff. You can hear that they're like pulling up floorboards, just ripping into mattresses. Are you?
Is that something circular and shiny?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
Are you in any way trying to remain stealthy, or are you just going?
Oh, I'm just going for it.
By the time you reach the top of the stairs, you'd see one of the brigands look over at you. Hey, get back downstairs.
Look, man, people are fighting down there. That is not for me. I figured my safer bet was to come and help you guys.
Damn it. He would start to walk past you if you'd like to make an attack.
No, I want to look for the thing.
You just let him go past you.
Yep.
Okay. Then next turn we will start putting you from room to room and looking for the
Wait.
thing.
Am I at the top of the stairs? Can I trip him down the stairs? I don't necessarily want to hurt, but I want him to make noise going down so that people downstairs aren't surprised.
How about a might dexterity roll?
Okay. Might dex. Yeah. It's 15. Sorry. Couldn't tell if it was a 6 or
15 is plenty. He
Hell
just
yeah.
immediately turns his back to you, and it's just a shove, and then armor slamming against the stairs as he just goes tumbling down and down and down. What is the size of your might die?
D10.
I'm just gonna mark 10 points of damage.
Hell yeah. Okay. And then I'm just going to hang out and when I can, look for this thing.
Alright. One of the three individuals that is still down with you in the bar room sees that you have attacked the leader and is going to charge up behind. Drand probably looks like the bigger threat, not knowing that one of you can control time. And is just going to swing an axe into Drand. And this is might plus might, so this is a d10 and a d10. That's a 12 total against your defense.
My defense is 10.
That is going to hit, and that is going to be 17 points of physical damage.
Oof. Your calculator here.
As you are just getting in this stance, ready to face down against the leader, and just feel axe bury into your armor. But it's back to you.
43. Back to me?
Either Ophelia or Echo.
Or me. I haven't gone yet.
Oh, that's right. You just got the free
You got reactions.
massive damage. Yeah, whoever wants to go.
I can go next. I am going to how does the leader look like? I know he's in crisis, but how is he standing?
Not well at the moment. The side of his face is swollen. He's bleeding heavily from the chest. But he looks furious. Like an anger that's so deep that it is letting him suppress the pain that he's currently feeling.
I kind of want to push him so that he sprawls and falls down. But also, I want to use my rapier to show off to Cadence that I have a rapier.
Why not both?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kick him and just sort of like slash at him so he falls. But it's mostly like, you know how it's like kick and then that's what I'm gonna do.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Awesome. What do I roll for that?
So for a rapier, I believe it's might plus dexterity.
Yeah, that's my highest.
Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
Might
I
and
don't think it's might.
it's
Just
dex and might. Yeah.
Rapier, Dex, and Insight.
Dex and
Oh.
insight.
Yeah.
That makes sense because that
Accuracy
is
is Dex. Yeah.
yeah. The Dex plus
Oh.
insight.
There's
I didn't know
panache
that.
to it.
All right. So dex and insight. Well, that's still pretty good.
For
Because
11.
my might isn't great. 'Cause I'm a weakling. All right. So that is 2 8s. So that's a critical success. And then
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And then my highest is 8 plus 6.
So 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage.
And what would
Does
you
my
like-
kick do any damage at all?
No.
Okay, it's just for show. All right, cool. So I kick him, and I slash at him at the same time.
That
I don't know
was-
how it. Go ahead. Sorry.
It would be a total of a 20 because you have a +4 to this.
Oh.
I'm happy to say that you weaken him just by kicking out the leg and sending him to his
I
knees.
don't want to kill him though. I want him to just be like unable to. Is there a way for this to not be a killing blow?
Oh, he's still... Okay, he's not standing because you took out his knee, but he's not dead.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna go kick slash whatever, and I'm going to stand over him, and I'm gonna go. Do you know? No means no, right?
While he is just dripping with blood, the head tilts up to you, and there's no human left in those eyes. They are just voids of black. And even his teeth and his grin are starting to look more monstrous.
That's new. For other people, not for me. I've seen this happen before, but that's new. I say this to everybody in the bar.
Echo does
so
get
what is
an opportunity
what is this?
as well.
What is this situation called, Echo? What do you call this?
What do you mean?
You said you've seen it before. Like, what is the medical term or the?
the medical
The
term
medical
is
term?
that he's being possessed by whatever that black thing is.
The medical term is ghost.
Possession. Ghost, spectral possession. That's the medical term.
Echo,
Spectral
you
possession.
You also get an opportunity.
Oh, do I get an opportunity?
Yeah, you critted.
Oh, sweet. Let me see what opportunity I can have. Let's see. I want to create a bond towards Ophelia. Is
Okay.
that possible?
They're standing stock still in front of the door, right where Cadence left them. They have not flinched, have not moved an inch.
I want Ophelia to be impressed, not by the attack, but by the fact that I know it's a spectral possession ghost thing.
I think that actually makes a lot of sense because that's like new information that Ophi might not like be aware of, or at least not have witnessed. So they're like connecting that information, like, oh, this person knows things.
Yes, that's what I want to do.
100%. Yes. So do I add
Bonding.
that as a bond? Sick, gnarly. I'm doing it. I love this.
So, yeah, Echo, you add 1 point of a bond towards Ophelia.
Awesome.
Do I add this, or is it
No,
just?
Just Echo.
Okay. Cool.
Well,
I'm going to add affection, I guess. Because I want no. Well,
so you're
yeah.
adding the bond, but in order to add
Nothing.
the emotion, that would have to come later.
okay. Well, I have a bond now.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, there's only one enemy left. And... I don't even know who the biggest threat is anymore. We're probably going to go for Echo, because that was something. So we're going to go with the Brigand's Axe, which is 2d10s, which is a total of a 14.
10 is my dexterity, right?
Yeah, so unless you have
Yeah.
armor adding to your defense, then it's just your dexterity die.
I do have armor on.
What kind?
Brigandine. I don't know if that does anything.
Let's check it out.
Brigandine. Defense is a straight 10.
Okay. Then just
think.
10.
10?
Right? That's what
I don't
it
think
says.
it says plus. I think it just says straight 10.
That's just 10.
Yeah. Oh well. There we
Uh,
go.
But it's not a crit, because I didn't roll the same dice, but that is going to be 19 points of physical damage.
Oh well.
Holy snap.
As an axe just catches you in the side, clearly aimed for your neck, but it just glances off your shoulder piece and clips like the temple area. Definitely see stars for a moment, and it's definitely now bleeding profusely from the side of the head. But that's it. It's back to you.
I do want to immediately perform a study on that creature because
Ooh.
it makes me lose hit points. I think that's something I can do.
That's
that is
After another-
amazing.
Dark Blade 2. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the study.
Study is insight plus insight.
Okay. And is there anything else that I need to know about that? Like what kind of thing I study?
Nope, it's just
No.
insight plus insight. It's an open check, determining how much you can learn about them.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do that then.
Oh.
Where's my other D8? It's so hard when I don't really roll D8s. That is 2 7s, which is a crit, right?
Good
Correct?
Yeah.
There we go.
14 total. What would you like to know about them?
Are they all possessed? Or like do they all have that same
They do seem to all have the same thing going on.
Cool. Okay. Do I know what it is? Like not does it feel like a physical thing or a spiritual thing?
It looks more physical. It looks like the more they get hurt, the more, we'll call it an infection, is taking over.
I shout to everybody, correction! It's a mushroom attack.
All right.
Parasites.
I think that leaves us with Ophelia and Cadence.
Is the mushroom a ghost? More research is needed.
Put
Do you
that on
wanna
a
go first?
t-shirt. Is the mushroom a ghost?
I can go first, but I don't know that I would attack. So I don't know if that's the most
That's
useful.
okay. There's not another enemy, right? So I'll go right after you. So that's fine.
So if we find another one, then
Oh.
you'll be on deck.
I'm sorry, there is the one that came tumbling down the stairs.
We do not know if he's an enemy. He hasn't hit anybody. Has he hit somebody yet?
He
hit
just
the
fell
ground.
down the
Just-
stairs.
Okay. Yeah, I can take it. So I did have that opportunity from initiative.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind, I would love some information. Surprising no one. Spot a useful clue or detail. GM may tell you what it is, or ask you to introduce the detail yourself.
This is information.
Yes.
What are you looking for?
I am. I think I'm trying to figure out what it is that they're looking for. And trying to look. I think for a second, Opie's round and they said round and shiny or round and metallic?
Round and shiny.
Round and shiny.
Round and shiny. I think they kind of look down for a second and are like, is that me? No. I don't know that round is the word. But I think looking around trying to they're not moving. I was told specifically not to move. But looking around trying to see if anything matches that, and then, barring that, just whatever the place looks like, whatever weird stuff's going on here. Just kind of taking it all in, but specifically I think looking for that.
I will give you that. Scanning the bar, up above the bar, there's of course the decorations that every bar has, even one like this, on the more seedy end. But there are a pair of very clearly fake swords, like hanging up above the bar. What's not fake is the gem that's implanted into the hilt. And you immediately clock that as being elemental gem.
Oh. Okay. So that could be, it's round and it is shiny.
Certainly could
correct?
be.
Interesting. Well, I do not move. How far is Cadence away?
Across
Like-
the room.
How far? Yeah. I was told not to draw attention to myself though, and I was told not to move. So I think the only thing that they say is, Miss Cadence, may I move? Just like people are smacking each other. There's chaos going on. Miss Cadence.
People are just pushing past you to try to get out.
No, they're blocking the doorway probably. Honestly,
Just
it's like
keep yourself safe.
cool, and they will hop the bar.
Yeah, I'm sure in like 3 strides you cross the room and are up and over the bar, reaching up, grab the sword. It's clearly fake. Just like squeezing a little too hard and you'd break it.
Pity. I think they're just kind of like, they pull the gem out and they're just kind of looking at it, honestly, at this point. But I have acquired an object. And nobody's trying to hit me,
Nope.
so I think I'm good.
All right.
That's really all I need to do.
Well, the one that fell down the stairs is just gonna sit there for a moment and then stare up the stairs, climb to his feet with a grunt of pain, and go charging back up. Sprout, he is bleeding from the neck and face and is just bruised up. It just reaches the top of the stairs as you start peering into some of these cells. It just shouts, You're here now! And is going to take a step towards you and try to swing the axe.
See, I didn't send reinforcements after y'all. I sent them after me.
That's a 7 total.
That does not hit.
It just takes a swing and is immediately thrown off balance, still seeing double from being pushed downstairs. It's back to you. I think the only one left is Cadence.
So the leader looks almost dead.
He is definitely beyond crisis.
Okay. But we need information. So as long as Echo is okay with it, I think Cadence will step to the side and arm loop through Echoes for a moment, spin the two of them so they switch places, get the leader to talk, and then I will slice out at the one that had just hit Echo pretty hard.
Absolutely, go for it. Defense 11.
As long as you're okay with that for Echo.
Yeah.
Okay.
This beautiful combat twirl between the two of you, and then momentum rapier strike.
That is 11 total.
Yep.
Awesome.
Absolutely a hit.
That's 7 plus 10 is 17.
Indeed.
Do they have any status effects on them?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, so 17.
Gotcha. Very nearly in crisis from that.
And I take up kind of a defensive position, making sure they can't get past me to Echo, so that Echo is free
Gotcha.
to...
So you are going to be
interrogate
the
the leader.
target of their attack. Alright. That brings us to the top of round 2. Ophelia, in your hand, that orb, whatever it is, it's about palm-sized. It starts to get warm to the touch. Not uncomfortably or painfully so, but it starts to get warmer.
Interesting. And I think if they're not in immediate danger, I will walk over to Cadence.
Cadence is definitely like flanked by 2 axe-wielding brigands, and you are free to just walk up.
Yep, 100%. I'm not in danger, and she might be. So, I think I will like. I think they walk up, like not even like processing what's going on, and just like go to like. Are you in need of assistance, Miss Cadence?
I think I have this right now. You really should not be this close. But if you have something you can do from afar, that would be great.
The brigands both clearly look over at her, looking over at them, catching this conversation, and then each other, and their attention has been shifted.
Ophelia does not care. Just they have been told to back up, and so yes, of course, pocket the gem, and just literally like don't turn, just step backwards several paces. Well, is there something I can do from a distance? Technically, there is. So let me. What is the word for it? There's an action about it. What is it called? Acromorphosis.
Oh.
This is a mutant skill.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't have weapons on me, but I can change my unarmed attacks to different kinds of weapons. And I can make them thrown. So I will do that. I don't know. I guess that looks like just like screw bullets. These are fingers. Pop pop. And if one of them looks like it's going to hurt Cadence or come towards hurting me, I have been told to protect myself, and I would like to protect Cadence.
Absolutely.
But it is just an action, and then until the end of the scene, that is the category of my unarmed strikes.
You're spending one action to basically shift your mode so that your hand is a firearm.
Yeah, this is just at the start of your turn. It doesn't necessarily say that it's an action or an attack or anything.
You can make an attack if you'd like.
I think, yeah, if one of them is looking at me with malice, I would just like to, a kill shot, I would just like to stop him. So I'd probably shoot him in the foot, honestly.
Go for it. Defensive level.
Cool. What is an unarmed attack? Is going to be... I think it's just straight might, right?
Unarmed strike is dexterity plus might. The damage is high roll plus 0.
And then also plus 6 for my weird stuff.
Because of your stuff, yeah.
Because I have made it gun. Okay, so let's see. This and okay. Oh, that is a 5 and a 2.
The shot just goes a little wide. You're trying to just stop them, and it just ends up just putting a hole in the floor.
I'm sorry, Miss Cadence. I do not hold combat designations at this time.
Well, the leader that is severely hurt. The head just whips over towards Ophelia. Looks at that hand that's just stuffed the gem in the pocket. And he just lets out this howl, this inhuman howl, and is just going to take a leap towards you.
Can I dodge this? Or
he needs to make an attack. It's still Dex plus might. That's a D8 and a D10. That's a total of a 10.
Against my defense physical? No, that's an 8, baby.
Oh. Sorry. Because he is so hurt, he actually targets your magic defense now.
Oh, my magic defense? Oh, no. No, that is a 12. I am fine.
That's better for you.
Yes.
As he leaps, and he's not swinging you with the sword, he's physically trying to bite you, as the jaw just unhinges a little too far, and he tries to bite down with absolute malice and darkness.
And I am made of metal.
You just shove him off, no problem. But yeah, that's it. That's all he's got. It's back to you.
People okay if I take a turn since my person I'm protecting is under attack? Yeah, so as he leaps, I'll just kind of kick off of the one that's in front of me and spin and stab my sword down into the leader. So wanted us to interrogate him, but now I don't care.
That's
You can still interrogate him if he's bloody.
That's good. That's a 15.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So that's 19 points of dark damage. Ignores weakness.
Team, that's enough. You were just drive the blade through him, and he lets out one last growl before just collapsing.
Yeah, so I do that and I pull my sword out.
The others
try and stay safe.
A sword?
The others look at each other now a little apprehensively, seeing as how their leader was killed. But as you finish off the leader, I'm going to jump upstairs. The one that's currently attacking Sprout is going to go, and is going to try for a backswing with the axe against you. That's a total of 11. Highest die was a 6, so that is 12 points of physical damage. Wait. Right? No, 16 points of physical damage. It's high die
That was
plus
disrespectful.
10.
That was rude.
Just full on whips on the first strike and then comes back with a backswing and manages to clip you with the axe.
I have the same Darkblade ability as Echo, where since I lost HP, I immediately get to perform the study action for free.
Well, you're insight plus insight. And what would you like to know?
I would like to know. I mean, it's a 5, so I don't know. Learn anything. I'm rolling like shit. I would like to know. So, a bit of a stretch, but as an Esper, I am connected to the Soul Network.
Mhm.
One of the descriptions of the Soul Network in the PDF is that I can rely on it to transmit information. I imagine that means that I would also be able to pull information. The Soul Network, I would think, is connected to everybody. I want to pull, like, from this person. I want to know, like, if they're thinking anything about whatever is going on out.
To go along with the low roll, you just peer into their mind and get nothing but darkness. Not like your attempt failed or like they were so skilled that they're blocking you out. Like there's nothing there to read.
Okay.
But that's it. It's back to you all. Whoever wants to go next. There are 2 guys left downstairs.
I am happy to go unless somebody has, like, a thing.
Sprout is getting axed to death.
Sprout is getting axed to death. But what would you make me roll for accessing the Soul Network?
Probably insight plus willpower.
I would like to do that, but I want to cast a wide net. I kind of want to tug at everything around me and see if I can gather what the hell is going on.
Ooh, yes, go for it.
Interesting.
Oh. That is double sixes. That worked out really well. I didn't think that was going to happen for me.
It did, because I forgot to tell you what the difficulty level was.
Ooh,
But it doesn't
can I
matter.
ask what it was?
I was going to go with the 14.
Oh, I don't even... Oh, yeah, okay.
But it doesn't
Sorry,
matter.
go
You
ahead.
got a critical success. You just reach out to everyone around you, and you can feel the others fighting downstairs. And feel the... kind of the energy of what was the leader of this small gang starting to fade. But not like death. Not like the slow slip of a spirit into the afterlife. But like whatever was left of his essence being consumed by darkness. And something that just threatens to fill your senses is approaching the city.
I get an opportunity, correct? For a
Mhm.
crit. I would like to... I don't know how that would work out, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go with... Can I do... No, I'm going to go with information. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Sorry. Yes, I am. A useful clue or detail. I am specifically looking for if I want to look for a way out from the second story, not from the back door. I want to know. Oop, this is not what I want, but that's okay.
If you are looking for information, I could also offer a suggestion if you'd like.
Sure.
If you want to spend that advantage to find an item, you can find what they were looking for.
Oh, because I don't know that Ophelia has it.
Ophelia has something.
Yeah, but an object.
Okay, I would love to find the thing. I totally derailed from that train of thought. What's the thing?
Not knowing that the brigand has been distracted thanks to you, you see one of the patrons kind of come stumbling out of one of the rooms, which was an old jail cell, refitted into like an inn type room. But he seems to be holding about palm-sized medallion. And even as he's holding it, you can see that it's starting to just like consume his hand in shadow. He doesn't seem to notice, because he's probably a little too drunk for it, but he just comes stumbling out. Hey, is this what you're looking for? Though it's not all that shiny though. What's... Are we fighting? What?
Do I have enough of an action left to grab the thing?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna grab the thing.
Grab and go?
Sprout has no self-preservation, so...
You just grab... Are you heading for the window or the stairs?
I would like to just grab the thing and yell over the stairs. I think it's time to go, everyone. We should head out of here. And then I'm gonna go for a window.
Absolutely. Both of you reach for this amulet. You swipe it out of his hand, and the brigand just kind of stumbles a little, growls at you as you turn and just are out the window.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're back downstairs. Ophelia, you have something shiny. They think it might be what they're looking for. We're gonna go with an axe strike.
Okay.
It's a total of 14.
Yeah, that's gonna hit any of my defenses for sure.
That is 18 points of physical damage.
Criminy. Okay. For sure. For sure. For sure. Unkind.
Takes the hit against you, and the axe just buried into metal. He looks down at his boss, looks up at you, over at Cadence, sees that they are clearly outnumbered, and is just going to turn and start booking it for the door. But it is your turn. I think you are muted.
I'm going to use a move called Encourage, I believe. Dran still has a turn, right? In Cadence? Or is it just Dran left?
I've already gone.
Okay.
It's just Drand, yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to go Encourage, and I'm going to spend 5 mind points to basically increase Dran's hit points to have 5 more hit points, and you can choose any of your attribute to increase it by 1 die size higher until the start of my next turn. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, Northerner, go catch that guy, and point to the one that's running that just hit Ophelia. And it's like, don't let him get away. You're a big man. Are you a big man? I don't know.
He's like 5'5".
Oh, well, you are a big man. You can do this. Echo does not understand heights, or because underwater you're all the same height. It doesn't matter because you're all like you can. No matter how tall you are, you just float. It doesn't matter. Height is not a thing.
He's got big man vibes.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
tall.
you're a
in,
big man. You can do this, Drand.
You are tall in
Catch the
physical
guy.
presence.
You got tall boy energy.
So as this guy is running past me, I mean, I guess all I'm gonna try and do is swing to punch him in the back of the head.
For it.
All right.
If you take him out in just a blow to the back of the head,
That's 2 6s.
That's crit.
So that's what was that? 18 points of damage.
I think it's high die plus 6, or I think it's 12.
12 points of damage. So 12 points of damage to the back of this guy's head.
He has 1 hit point left. You've done 29 points of damage to this guy. He just takes the blow, stumbles, slams into a table and chair, and is now seemingly abandoned, escaping. Much like the boss, his eyes have just gone black, and he has started growling, just letting blood drip down his face into his mouth, and just the head whips back up at you, almost like bestial.
That's cute.
But that's it. That is the end of the round. There is 1 enemy upstairs. There's 1 enemy near death downstairs. I don't think that any of you would have any problem finishing them off. Would you like to keep either of them alive?
I mean, I would think we probably want to keep the one upstairs alive, as the one upstairs is less enraged, less possessed than the one we've got down here, who just got donkey punched. So,
as you all hear this shouted downstairs, and then hear the crash of a window, all the brigands down here are dealt with. You know that Sprout is out the window and outside, and you can all very clearly now hear more explosions going off. And Sprout, that presence that you had felt, is no longer approaching the city. They have arrived to the city. And that's where we're going to stop, take a quick break, give everyone a chance to grab a drink, stretch your legs, and we'll come back with the second half of our premiere episode of Fatal Ascension. See you soon, everybody.
Want to admit they have a crush on me? What?
There we go. Now
I
we
have
have
a crush
audio.
on a lot of people.
Roll for Felicity. Thank you so much for the raid. This is our premiere episode of our Fatal Ascension Fabula Ultima campaign, as we just got in a good old-fashioned tavern brawl with a bunch of brigand cultists that were hunting down just some dusty old medallion for no reason. It's not important. And in
I got
fact,
it.
Sprout should just throw it away. It's not important at all. But let's kick up the music and get on back into it. Yes, it is. All right. So, where we left off, Sprout had recovered some kind of dark medallion, leapt out the window into the street, while the rest of you dealt with the brigands downstairs. With their numbers cleared out, I'm going to pass it over to all of you. What would you like to do next?
I would like to grab my finger, please.
Pry your finger out of the ground, reattach it.
Yeah, it's just like click. It's fine. For those just joining, I am a robot. I realize that sounds very body horror if you're out of context. I am a robot.
As we finish up this combat, I'll turn towards Echo and just put a hand on their shoulder. I'm gonna give them a nod for us a moment.
Echo
Here.
Echo tries to hide the goofiest grin that they've ever given, and it's like, what a wonderful coincidence that I am here to help you. Of course, it is such a wonderful pleasure to always be at your service. How are you doing? It has been a long time.
Yeah, well, whatever you're doing here, I'm glad that you're here. Things are, well, they were not great, and now they're worse. We were on our way out of the city. You're welcome to join us if you want.
I am Ophelia.
Hi, Ophelia. And then Echo does shake Ophelia's hand and goes, well, and Echo like tries to pretend to think really hard about whether to join Cadence or not. It's like trying like, well, there are a couple things, but you know what? None of them are as important as being helpful to you. Yes, that is what I want to do, to be helpful to you because of our experience in the past. That is it. Yes. I owe you a big one from the past, so I am here. This is my friend Drand. I also just met him.
Hello, Drand. I am Ophelia.
Drand just kind of skeptically looks at you. He's just like,
That's fair. Yeah, the clearly metal hand.
He's got nothing. He's just like, he just kind of nods, and then turns towards the door.
They hold their hand out for an uncomfortable period of time.
Not
Echo
one for
shakes it.
manners.
Echo shakes your hand again.
I'm just like,
You never leave anybody hanging. No matter
it's bad
what.
luck, frankly.
I appreciate that.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
I
It's
would
a
actually-
it's a culture thing for me. Never leave anybody hanging.
I'd like to jump over to
Right.
Sprout
Noted.
for a second. As you leapt out the window, hitting the ground, going into that roll to reduce the impact. You're holding. Now you can clearly see a broken amulet. And much like the drunkard that found it, it is starting to just wisp over your hand. Half of it. Would you roll in insight for me?
The thing is that Sprout is not very insightful, Hoop. And you keep having me do this.
You keep looking for stuff.
It's crit.
I'm trying real hard. I'm just a little dumb. That's a 9.
It looks almost like a depiction of maybe a lizard. Looks kind of scaly, at least the part that you're able to make out. But other than that, it just looks like a broken piece of an iron amulet.
Does anything about it remind me of any of the elemental deities?
It does not.
Okay. Is the shadow just staying by my hand, or is it crawling up my arm?
At the moment, it's just around your hand.
Okay. What does the big scary thing still feel like? Does it feel just like in the city, or do I feel like this thing is like it's standing right behind me?
Amidst the screaming and the panic that is starting to get more distant as people are either fleeing from this part of the city or, unfortunately, didn't make it, you're able to glance around the corner of the building and see the main gates, where there were close to 24 guards immediately having been called to defend the city. There's now only one figure standing there, clad in almost pitch black and crimson armor. He just strolls very calmly, gates, and starts walking towards the castle. He gets about 6 steps in, stops, and then looks over towards you.
Does he see me, or does he just look like he's looking at the building? I know he sees me, but
Doesn't say anything, but just holds out his hand, palm up.
before I do anything, I'm going to, if I may, reach out through the network to Echo.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, grab your friends, grab my friend. There's something out in front of the, what are we in? A tavern. Go out the back. And I'm not going to say anything else. And then I'm gonna hold the medallion, but I'm gonna peek my head around and make eye contact.
They're gone.
Oh no.
Echo is going to say everything that Sprout said word for word. In the exact same voice that Sprout did. I can't do voices. So you're just gonna have to imagine this really well. Sprout's voice comes out of Echo. And it is saying the exact same thing as what Sprout just said.
Get out, take the back door, run, basically.
Yes. That is exactly what I do.
How
Ophelia hears
quickly?
grab your friend and grabs Cadence's arm.
How quickly
What?
do you all either follow these directions or completely ignore them?
Echo is gonna look at Dran and this goes, I think your friend needs us. And it's just gonna Ophelia, who did you grab?
Cadence.
Just Cadence. Okay.
Just like hand on the arm.
Okay. We should go. Yes.
Yeah.
Eh.
Do you have any idea what's happening?
No.
Is it related to why you're in the city?
Oh no. I was here by coincidence and nothing else.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Horrible liar.
Only when it comes to Cadence. Yes. Nothing to do with any of this. It is all pure coincidence that I am here.
Well, we were going to wait till nightfall to get out of the city, but with explosions and screams, I do think it's a good idea.
Shit.
You're welcome to join us. Dran, if you are heading out of the city, you're welcome to join us as well. The roads aren't exactly safe.
Brand is going that way. And I point towards the front door.
And is headed towards Sprout.
Yep.
For just like world building sake, would anybody have been contacted through the Soul Network like that before? Since Espers are not super common. Any of my new buddies?
I want to say Echo does not it wasn't like this was their like very very first time. It doesn't happen to Echo a lot, but Echo is aware of it because of the secret keeper that Echo is.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's a good person that you contacted Echo instead of anybody else.
For most people, this would be very new and terrifying.
Okay.
But Drand is immediately just on his feet, headed towards the front door, towards where he believes Sprout is.
I'm gonna hide the medallion before everybody gets out there. I'm gonna wrap it up, put it in my pocket.
We'll get back to you.
No!
Cadence, Ophelia, Echo. What are you doing?
Following. I'm following
Cadence.
immediately to go.
Right behind Drand?
Yeah.
Okay.
But also looking back to see if like Cadence and Ophelia are following.
Your friend just told us the back door. Fine. And I'll follow behind.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was not paying attention. But I will go and follow whoever.
One by one, with a disapproving huff of... You all hit the front door, peer around, and see no one. No guards, no townsfolk, no brigands. But you do hear Sprout, as you peered around the corner, sent your message, and then leaned back. You just back up into something tall and metal.
Is it me, Jesus?
We can do this.
In a barely audible, raspy voice. Give it to me.
I'm going to say finders keepers, and I'm going to just drop and start to roll. Like try to like drop and roll to get up into a run to run away from this thing.
I'm gonna throw us back into some combat.
No!
Again?
I'm gonna spend my Ultima point to go first.
Well,
As you start to move, you're just willing your muscles to get into action, to flee from this figure. A blade is just gonna manifest in their hand, and they're gonna take a swipe at you.
We've been here before in so many games.
So many. I feel like at some point it's not my fault anymore. Um, it doesn't need to roll to hit.
Oh,
How much health do you have?
I hate that question. 39.
39. As you just start to sprint away, you get 1 foot up, just mind barely registering that you were ready to run, and there's just an icy cold streak across your back. And you just go tumbling down. You're down to 1 hit point.
Holy!
What?
Whoa!
It did cost mana, but
Sad for it.
you were all
Um,
up. Who wants to go?
I automatically get to, I get a free study. Since it
You do.
caused me to lose hit points.
Yeah.
Caused me to lose all of them. Oh, fuck me. That one.
Oh, I'm sorry. At the top of the encounter, you all become shaken.
All of us?
Everybody?
Everyone in initiative becomes shaken as this figure just exudes fear.
I rolled an 11 for my study.
Would you like to know?
I would like to know if there's a way that I can get away from this.
Through your own means, I would say no. Without the assistance of someone else, I would say no.
So I do have my high speed ability
You
that I
do?
can do. I am looking up the definition of one of my options.
I also have an idea. I just don't know if I could carry somebody.
I have an idea as well, and I think it's the same idea you have. So part of wait, what is it called? Part of high speed. One of my options is do an objective action. Are we able to see Sprout?
Yeah, I would say that as you all step out into the street and you hear this commotion and then hear someone hit the ground and tumble, you step out enough to see this figure just still blade out and Sprout on the ground.
I don't know about the amulet. That's the problem. What is hindering?
Did I have a chance to hide the amulet, or is it still in my hand?
I mean, you
Good
could have
question.
like tucked it in a pocket or something.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like. Yeah, it's on me. Okay.
So I can't see it, is what you're saying.
Correct. I'm so sorry.
Ooh, Echo, you have another Fabula point.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I mean, what? I'm fine. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I don't feel like we should attack this gentleman. So I'm not going to do high speed. If I could see the amulet, I will. But since I can't, I'm not going to.
I am going to try my move called See You Later. But I was wondering if I could grab Sprout before I do that. So it's both of us going peace out.
Let's
They come back at the next
make
team.
an opposed dexterity insight check.
If I am successful with the opposed dexterity insight, does that mean I get to bring Sprout with me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, it's fine. I can do that. And I will spend my. So I have 4 now, right? 4 Fabula points because Heck gave me 1.
Mhm.
Is that correct? Cool. Well, it's back to 3 because I'm going to use it, but in a minute. What is my dex?
I got a 19.
10. You know what? Nobody likes you. Is there a way for me to get a bonus of any kind if I use another Fabula point?
You can get a reroll.
And even if I roll really high, it's still going to be just 18. All right, fine. Fine. It is. Oh, hey, that's 2 8s.
There you go.
Nice.
Is that a? Even though it's not high enough, is it okay?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a crit.
Cool. So I'm gonna go run to Sprout, and I'm going to take. I'm going to put my hand. I'm gonna put my hand in my pocket, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna throw sand in the guy's eye, and go pocket sand, and then I'm going to grab Sprout, and sort of somehow with all of this energy that I have, grab Sprout to disappear, so that we're gone. But before I do that, I whisper to Cadence, "I'll be right back," and then just go.
It's just this
So
puff of
it's
dust.
basically, yeah, it's basically, "I'll be right back, Cadence. Pocket sand," and then Sprout and I are gone.
The dirt would just hit the helmet.
Yeah,
And
it's just distraction.
he's still staring down where you were, and then looks up at the rest of you that are left. Where is she? Where are they?
Oh no.
I've never seen them before in my life. I have no idea.
Oh, the streetlights are coming on. I think my wife is calling. I gotta be home before the streetlights come on. I gotta get at it. I'm out later. But I'm just gonna just casually I'm whistling start walking away.
I'm gonna grab Ophelia's arm and just start running towards the gate.
Is Grab just did we miss the festival?
He doesn't chase. You're free to run. Where are you running to?
I think Cadence's original thought was to head to the free ports. I don't think leaving on a boat from here would have been smart in the current circumstances, so I think she's heading, at least her initial idea as she's going out of this gate, is bringing Ophelia south to Los Santos to catch a ship. Hopefully we find Echo and Sprout along the way. I don't know where Dran's going.
So you are hitting the gates, hitting the road, and just going. I'm going to jump over to Echo and Sprout. The two of you just kind of do a duck and roll, landing into an alleyway, a good block or so away from this figure and your companions.
I'm going to look at Sprout, and I'm going to be like, "You're obviously not okay. So I'm not going to ask if you're okay. That was a fight, wasn't it?"
Yeah, you guys probably put up a fight. I did not. That took me out pretty quickly, and I have a feeling it is going to find me again.
It seems very interested in you. Do you have something of it that it wants?
I might. I don't know what it is, but I think I do. And I don't know what to do.
Finders keepers. Keep it.
Right. That's what I said.
Obviously.
And they didn't care.
If it actually was important for them, they wouldn't have lost. is what I'm thinking.
That's true. That's true. I am pretty much on my last leg, but I think we should walk and talk. I think we should try and
Of
get
course. And I will offer myself to like sort of like help you walk. It's just this hilarious 6 and 5. That I'm totally strong, man.
You're a
All
big
right.
man.
I'm a big man. I have big, tall energy. So we're gonna go try and look for my friend, and see, and because they're trying to leave the city.
Okay.
You're willing to if you're willing to join me and probably Cadence and Ophelia, that'll be fun. I don't know where your friend went. The other big guy that you were with earlier. You know.
Okay. I would like to find them. I would like to know where they ended up.
Yeah.
But we can, if you know where your friends are, we'll start there. And as we're walking, I would kind of want to keep the network open to see if this big scary thing.
Define no, because we didn't really say where we're going. But don't worry. I found them once, I can find them again. I mean, I accidentally met up with them once, I can accidentally do it again, is what I meant.
The more that you're talking, the less confident I'm getting. I'm really
Well,
nervous about the decisions that we've made.
I saved you.
You did save me.
Would be nice.
And you said that they don't want to be in the city, so we don't know where they are, but we know they're not here, so we can.
Exactly, we're gonna just leave the city.
Yeah.
Feels like a good plan.
I think that's a great idea.
All right. That is what we're doing. We're gonna try and find Cadence and Ophelia, and then head towards where they are somehow.
So,
things the big bad scary.
I'll get back to you.
Oh my god.
Drand, quick question for you. Are you following Cadence and Ophelia?
Drand is just heading towards the exit that he came in, like the entrance that him and Sprout came in. So if that's where they're going, that's where they're going. But Drand's is just like, yep, time to hit the old dusty trail, and is heading out that exit.
Okay. Then the three of you, I'm going to say that you're fine for the moment. You're getting out before too much commotion goes down, though you can hear and feel just this supernatural force start to envelop Avis Adis. Figures just start materializing out of the darkness as you are now on the road away from the city. Echo and Sprout, however, let's go dexterity willpower. As you do have an Esper with you. They are physically drawn to you. And I need the two of you to try to get out undetected.
Yeah, let's get the one that is a sea folk and an Esper to be undetected. That's great! That is the best plan I've had. Alright, so hey, that's a 10 and a 5, 15.
Beautiful. More than enough.
That's great, that's a 4.
Get to the gate and out when you see creatures materializing. Go ahead.
Can I use a Fabula point? I would like to enact my theme of belonging, because right now I am trying to maintain this relationship, and I know that if I get us caught, Echo will not want me to belong anymore.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Do I need to enact 2 Fabula points to reroll both, or can I reroll both?
One lets you pick them both up and roll them again, and you can continue to spend Fabula points to continue to roll.
Okay. Do I get to know what the challenge level is?
10.
Okay, I'm going to do it again. Spent 2 Fabula points. Hey, that's a 10. Okay.
Beautiful. You evade these creatures that are materializing. They look part real, part shadow. None of them seem bent on death or destruction. It's like they start roaming the capital, just putting people like silencing people, bringing order to this chaos that they enacted, putting an end to this conflict. They are meant to just swarm and gain control. But you avoid them as you manage to slip your way out of the city. It's not until you're a ways away, a mile or so past the city gates, out on the stretch to freedom, that Sprout, you feel this tug. In that pocket where you hidden the medallion, it starts to burn. And all of you, from the central point of Avis Adis, can look back and see just this flash. And amidst the clouds, there is a figure that comes swooping down onto the city. A pair of massive wings. And from its mouth, as it lets out this bellowing roar, is just a jet of black flame. If it could possibly see you from this distance, Sprout, you'd swear for a moment that it's just staring at you. But no one gives chase. We're free to leave the city, to eventually regroup as we head south towards Los Santos.
If we are seeing people along the way, I would like to gather information about what happened, what was going on, anything like that.
There are no people. Would you like to walk through the night, or are you stopping to camp and catch your breath?
Are we all together now?
Yes. I assume that you generally are all headed towards the same direction enough that, especially being an Esper, feel the allies in.
I personally
could
would like
go.
to take a rest.
I could go for a nap. I'm not gonna lie.
Do I need to sleep?
You can enter a period of reconstruction and recovery, repairs.
I go into power save mode.
Basically. So, we're all together on the road, staring at Sprout. Back is still heavily bleeding.
Does anybody know first aid in this group?
I believe I can whip something together.
I can only heal if we're fighting.
Make a potion. I don't know if I have anything on my person, but I think as we're walking, Ophelia's just like picking things up off the ground. That like, this flower is used for blah blah blah, and just like prattling off information. But it's like, I could put these together and make a thing. Can I spend inventory points to make?
Absolutely,
potion? Yeah. Heck yeah. Let me. Cool. Because there is, I believe I can make potion rain. Is also a thing. Is anybody else in need of healing? I can do one more person.
Well, if you rest for the night, you can spend 4 inventory points to build a magic tent, and that gives everyone a chance to fully heal and recover your HP and MP.
Ooh, okay. I didn't know it did that. Yeah, if we're stopping for the night, I think.
Does it have to be one person that spends all the inventory points? Or can you spread the... I'll contribute too, if we're allowed to split it up.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Because it's 4 inventory points. I mean, honestly, I need it the most, so if you guys want, I can just contribute all 4. I am...
Quite a lot of inventory points, though, as a tinker.
Okay.
So I don't mind spending them. If y'all might need them later. And I think I like get more or something. I don't know. But I can do that. That's fine. Ophelia's just like with her bare hands, just like knocking down branches and building a little tent. Living off the land.
Don't worry, it's a magic tent.
It's magic. It's magic how quick I whip up this tent.
So, Cadence, as the two of you have been putting this plan together to hit the coast and hit a boat. You see Ophelia just staring at the grievous wound at the back of Sprout and just goes to start pitching a tent and a campfire and like pulled out just a whole satchel of herbs and like starts mixing it with mud. Clearly, Ophelia is ready to stop and tend to the others.
I was under the impression that we were all in this together now.
That seems to be the case. I think a rest will be good for everyone.
I think
Hey, if your magic tent can heal all of us, then I would gladly spend some time in that magic tent because I would like to be healed. It'll be nice. Do you think we can all fit? Or would we have to be really, really close to each other?
I think they like do some like look at everybody, do some mental like mass calculations, like some spatial. I can make it big enough.
Awkward, flirty Echo is my favorite.
Cool. That's totally what I wanted to happen, to have enough space for everybody to not be so close to each other. That's great. Thank you, Ophelia, for your wonderful magic.
You're welcome. Goes back to building stuff and smashing herbs and building a fire. Like, I think like the top of their finger comes off and it's just like is a lighter. Like, I don't like.
So, when we rest in the woods, in the wilderness, 4 inventory points does get you your magic tent. Gives everyone the chance to safely rest, recover, so no need for potions. But it does give you the opportunity for a scene of rest. A scene that anyone can take part of. Use it as an opportunity to build your bond with the character.
At some point during this scene, I do want to pull Echo off to the side so we can have a private conversation.
Echo does not stop that from happening. Echo is very excited for that to happen, actually. It is very happy. Hi. But we can do that. Hi.
Be honest with me. What was your mission in the city?
It's not really a mission. I have been banished.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. But it's okay. Because it actually allows me to explore worlds I've only really read about. So.
Well, it seems like we're going to be doing plenty of exploring, at least to get to safety.
Yeah.
You were looking for me?
Yeah, I was. The last time I ever really was out of the ocean, you were very helpful, and I wanted to make sure that I survived here, you know? So I thought maybe somehow I'd be lucky enough to run into you again. And looks like I was. I hope that luck doesn't run out.
Well, I'm glad you found us. We could definitely use your skills.
I'm glad to be of help. Why are you trying to leave the city?
Trying to get Ophelia out.
Did you do something?
Nothing more. Nothing more than exist. There are those who are being sent to take them out, so.
Well, I would gladly help you in any way I can. Because I owe you one. I owe you a really big one.
I expect we're all going to owe each other a lot after whatever this is. That was... I don't even know what happened there. I hate that we're running away from this without any information. We don't know what we're running from or to.
Yeah. Hopefully it won't come back to bite us.
Not even sure where we should go from here.
I know of places. Words, really, written on a paper, but I know of them. And even though I haven't really been there, the secret keepers are usually up to date. I'm sure we'll be fine.
I think we should cross my home off the list as well. Saving Ophelia was not exactly what I was supposed to do.
I mean, my kingdom is definitely off the list. Not just because you can't survive there, but also because they don't really like me there right now. But it's okay. Maybe the floating islands. I did promise Sprout we'll dig into the middle of it. Might be an interesting thing.
It could be very interesting. I don't know. I think
Did you
we
know
need
that
to
the
find out.
legends say it was bugs?
I did not. That
It's probably
seems
not,
unlikely.
but I really... Yeah, it's probably not, but I really want to find out now.
That could be interesting. I think we need to find out what's going on. Alright, I mean, is this war finally? It's been tense for so long. I don't want to walk into another country if we're walking out of one that it's at war with, or I don't know.
I mean,
I'd hate not knowing.
we're a small group. What can we really do to attract attention? I think we'll be fine. Sure. That is the true belief that Echo has. Small. I mean, Sprout is bigger than normal. But I think we'll be okay.
I think you're right. And I'll reach out and put a hand on Echo's arm. Thank you for covering me in the fight.
The pleasure is all mine. All mine. I'm gonna go help Ophelia build the magic tent. Thank you so much for this conversation. I was very happy to have it with you. Thank you. And Echo is gonna slowly walk back to Ophelia while also rubbing their arm, like, oh, that's really nice. And just goes and helps Ophelia.
I'm going to, with that, add as my rest time thing, I think loyalty to my bond with Echo.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Anyone else have anything they'd like to do during our rest?
I want to hang out with this demon amulet that I nabbed.
Are you doing this
Um,
out in the open?
I am not.
Okay, cool. Don't.
I am not currently. You know, it might eat my hand.
That's
so
fair. That's true.
secrecy might not last long.
No.
Like, I'm gonna go get firewood. No one come with me.
I want to kind of probe at it, like with the understanding of the soul network, and see if this is somehow connected to it. If it's got kind of a similar, as much as I know, I don't know much, but like, does it seem to be connected to other things the way that the network is? Is it sentient? I'm kind of trying to get a sense for, like, if also kind of, I have screamed into the void and the void has screamed back. Will this also scream?
I hope so.
Me too.
I've already done this to you this session. I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna real quick ask if there was anything else before we jump to what Sprout is doing.
Drond has watched Ophelia build this tent, has very skeptically looked at what's going on, and reflecting on his own feelings about Magitech and watching this go on, has pulled up a log, kind of like to where the tent area is, like on the other side of like the fire outside of the tent, and has like drawn a line, and has just staunchly like he looked at Ophelia and says, "Do not cross that line."
Okay. Will you be crossing the line?
No, I will stay on my side of the line if you stay on your side of the line.
And it just like looks like, but the 10. Are you injured?
I will be fine. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
OBS is back. We're good.
OBS is back. Chat, what was the last thing you heard?
Yeah, what did we leave off with?
It was, will you be crossing the line? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine.
Oh, is anything broken?
No, nothing is broken.
No equipment is broken.
No equipment is broken. I am fine.
Just like processing. Do you need to eat?
I will get my own food, thank you.
Very well. Just kind of okay, whatever. I don't know what to do about that. I think they turn to walk away and then turn back. Have I done something to offend you? It was not my intent.
It definitely was not you, but I'm venturing a guess that you're some form of Magitech, and not too sure about Magitech right now.
Are you Magitech? Just sort of holds up a metal hand, fixes their crooked finger. Very well. I am sorry for whatever it was. Just turns.
And Dron's gonna sit down on the log like he's meditating.
Ophelia knows when she's not wanted.
I would like to end my rest sitting next to Drand and eating something while he meditates. And is just watching Drand.
Well, the rest of you all get ready for your rest. And Sprout has gone off to look for firewood or scout the area, whatever it was. You have a moment alone to pull out the amulet. And the moment you do, it starts trying to communicate with you.
Ooh, talking amulet! Dang it, I want a talking amulet.
First cursed object, maybe.
Absolutely a cursed object.
Well, I would say maybe for be first.
doesn't seem like it's a language that you know. But is there anything you'd like to say to it?
I'm going to say, I can't understand you. Teach me how to understand.
In a frustrated huff, you are just going to get consumed by the amulet. Not physically eaten, but in one split second, you're standing there in the woods staring at this amulet. The next second, darkness. As Sprout just collapses in the woods.
Well, that's not great.
I was just trying to make a friend.
And of course, they've done this privately.
And in the darkness, you start to hear odd language. That once again, it just sounds so foreign and distant that your brain isn't even comprehending it. And then it starts to make more sense. The words start to get meaning, even though you're not understanding the language. You're starting to get the meaning of what they're saying. It's an argument between two figures that is getting more and more animated. They seem to be siblings, brothers. One of them says that it's time. They are ready. They're done waiting. They have a way out and they're going to take it. The other is adamant to wait. Right time will arrive. The time will come when we'll be released. There's no reason to try to fight fate early. It's only going to end in pain and disaster. It ends with the two of them coming to blows, clashing over this idea of staying or going, till the very reality that separates them is split. One of the brothers gets lost. Time is buried, stone and dirt. The other drifts, free but aimless, till they're found by something waiting in the darkness. By the time you gain consciousness, you're staring up at a starry sky, dirt and twigs just plastered to the side of your head. The amulet is very cold now.
It's not trying to talk to me anymore?
No. That's in caption. Refresh your captions page. That should. Nope, captions are broken.
Oh no!
Yeah, the page isn't even refreshing for me.
I mean, it refreshed for me, but
It's fine.
like, you know.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna tap into the network. Anything seems suspicious in the vicinity?
No. There's a specific lack of other entities around you, other than your companions.
Okay. I'm gonna put it back in my pocket, and I'm gonna walk back to my buddies. And I'm not gonna say anything and hope that they don't say anything to me.
I'm going to give Sprout a knowing smile.
Sprout makes
Echo
that
doesn't
face.
know anything, but she likes to get. They like to give knowing smiles whenever somebody just steps away secretly and then comes back, just to freak them out.
Sprout definitely does like an aborted walk and kind of like looks around. Sprout has no poker face and just kind of like does a jerky nod and then keeps walking and tries not to stop in front of anybody.
I thought you were getting firewood.
Couldn't find any, but guess it's bedtime and I'm gonna walk into the tent.
I just turn and look at all of the trees that are around us. It's probably best if we don't have a fire anyways.
Ophi, I think you're muted.
There we go. Ovelia's just carrying a bunch of twigs and then just kind of like drops them. No fire, I guess.
Ophi, are
fine.
you hurt after today?
They just sort of look down. There is a very large slash through their shirt. And it has like clearly like opened up a piece of the metal of their chest, but like they don't seem to be like in pain about it. They're sort of like, nothing I can't fix.
Who wants first watch?
I assume that would be Drawn, since he is sitting outside on a log.
I could take second watch. But like if everybody's going into the tent, I am going to stay a little bit behind to talk to Drand.
Rest of you eating whatever rations you happen to have, or so inclined, patching up your wounds with the makeshift remedies from Ophelia, and the tent for some cover, just from the elements, from the dark. Echo and the two of you are left alone.
Why'd you go all the way over here?
Because I'm pretty sure your friends there are, one is equipped with some sort of magitech, and the other one is pure magitech, and I'm not getting involved with that.
No, I was talking about all the way into traveling here in this city. Not. I have a feeling you just don't like Magitech. You weren't really keeping that a secret, so.
I'm looking for answers.
What questions do you have?
I have many questions. Many questions. But mainly, I'm looking to find some people or persons or whatever. Since now I've seen Ophelia, I'm not so sure what I'm looking for. If it's a person, if it's a automaton, or if it's someone who was using magitech weaponry that killed my wife.
Ah, good old-fashioned revenge.
You could say that.
Well,
More
since
so,
go ahead.
it's that they took something. They took something that my wife had kept hidden for quite some time, and I kind of want it back.
Yeah, retrieval and revenge. That's a wonderful goal. Very, very noble.
Sure.
I know a lot of things. I mean, I understand that you may think that I do not know a lot of things because I bullshit a lot. And I'm not going to apologize for that. I do bullshit a lot, but there are things that I do know.
I'm not saying that you don't know things, but I don't know that you would know about. Well, maybe. I mean, my
Try me.
people aren't super secret. Like, it's not that we're secretive. It's just nobody ever comes to the north. We're just kind of left alone up there.
I mean, the secret keepers might know some things.
our
That's what they're supposed to do.
our tribes in the north don't necessarily recognize some of the same deities that you guys down here might recognize. And the deity that is very strongly, I guess, represented is a deity of chaos.
Mm.
His name is Enigma, and he his firm roots in religion, and like Agnapor and the like. Um, and my wife's clan essentially were the first kind of worshippers of Enigma, and she had an artifact from her clan before that existed long before we became Agnapor. That may or may not have significance in the terms of proving that those deities existed. It may have been passed down from the deity to her family, and I just want that artifact back. I don't think it needs to fall into the hands of people that it necessarily has fallen into, and we definitely don't need to unleash chaos on the world, even though pretty sure that's already happened.
Do you know what it looks like?
Um, it was surprisingly enough, it was a fist weapon.
Hmm. Well, thank you for that information. And I promise, as soon as I hear or find anything about it, I will be the first. I will tell you as soon as I know.
Fair enough.
Also, what's your wife's name?
My wife's name?
Yeah,
Her name was Ilhana.
very beautiful name.
Thank you.
Are you sure you don't want to get some magic healing?
Oh, I'm fine. I will keep my distance from the Magitech for now. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Um, from one suspicious person to another. Not that I'm saying you're a very suspicious person. I think I meant like we're suspicious of people. Um, try not to paint everybody under the same brush.
Fair enough.
Anyway, I'm gonna go get healed because I got a lot of like wounds on me. So when you're ready, just shout out. I'm gonna come out and take over. All right.
Sounds good.
Okay, bye. And then I just go into the tent.
Bye.
So Trend is just casually looking for a piece of a deity that proves its existence here on the mortal plane. That's all. And he is
Sure,
so
that's all.
casual about it.
It's great.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
I'll figure it out. We'll find it. Don't worry. I got you.
It's like the two of you just talked about like a missing watch or something.
What can I say?
It's just like a really
Echo is
cool
very casual.
Oh. Anyways.
Echo is the embodiment of casual Fridays.
Your watch would go by uneventful. It's not even like there's so little that happens that there's nothing to worry about. There's no animals, there's no birds, there's no travelers. There's nothing. There's not even a breeze. There's no sounds. Nothing. Each of you eventually getting some sleep, but all have very similar. The five of you standing side by side, each staring out at a different direction, watching the places that you love, the people that you love, things that you know, all of it burning the ground, all of it being razed and destroyed by the same armor-clad figure. When they're done, they just look over at all of you. Is this what you want? Give it back. He Needless to say, it's not an overly restful, but you are all able to recover your health and your MP. And I'm gonna ask, is your destination to the south? Are you headed towards the port city?
That's a good question. We need information. We need to find out what's going on.
Oh.
And
We'll get there. There is no avoiding the information you're about to get.
okay. Because I was like, I'm trying to think of like, there's the university in Priashate, there's the library in the floating sea. So I'm trying to think of where is there information in the world. But yeah, we're I think in general heading south, unless someone else has any other general feelings.
I mean, if you want information, you're gonna hate the fact that we just left the place that has that I would have access to a lot of information.
Well, it's not exactly the most welcoming at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're sharing this with the class, what sort of information do you need? Maybe we haven't really spoken a lot about what this is that we're doing.
Well,
Maybe
our
I
first
know.
concern was getting away from the city. Now we have to figure out what's going on. Where is safe? Where isn't safe? Because none of us know about Sprout's medallions, so none of us know that we need to find information for that.
I know that Sprout has a medallion, but not that it is, not that it's some weird danger. I mean, maybe, but I know that Sprout has something.
So Cadence's vote is the nearest city that is not currently being eaten by a dragon.
That would be Los Santos.
I don't know if anyone else has any strong feelings.
I feel like with the dream, Sprout would probably start to talk to the rest of the group about what is going on. So I would say probably the next morning, Sprout just kind of like waits for everybody to gather in the general vicinity, and it's just like, so I may have some pertinent information, and it seems like we're in this together, and I'm going to pull out the broken medallion. Which, is it still quiet this morning?
Yeah. It's still very cold to the touch.
Okay. I'm going to pull out the broken medallion. Go ahead.
I think Ophelia just sort of cocks the head. Does that need fixed?
I don't think that's a good idea right now. When it was fixed, it was producing a shadow that tried to eat my hand, and it talked to me. So I think it's better that it's not talking right.
I want to walk up to Sprout and put my hands on their shoulders and look deep into their eyes. And I'm gonna go, do you have some mushrooms inside you?
Not at the moment.
Okay. I mean, if I start beating you up, do you think you'd start having like black eyes and bleeding weird stuff? Do you think?
I mean, I think if you beat me up, you would give me a black eye. You would make me bleed.
Just curious if you are affected by the same things that the people at the bar were.
Did anybody else have weird dreams last night?
I did have a weird.
I think it might be weird in the sense that I don't know if I dream normally. I don't know if that's the thing that I do.
That's a good call.
Maybe.
I think your mind probably is still very active while you're
Oh yeah.
while you're resting, but actual dreams, this might be the first one.
So
yeah.
did we all have the same dream?
Well, that
I
depends.
mean, I
what
dreamed.
was yours?
Mine was about the big, scary, bad thing.
Same.
Mine was also about a big, scary, bad thing.
If he was after you originally, I have to guess that's what he wants back.
But I don't think there's anything here anymore. Like it was talking yesterday, and it's not now.
Before it was broken.
It was broken when I found it, right?
I have a weird theory, and I don't know if I can find out if there's a way I can find out. Is the thing that was inside the amulet writing Sprout now? Just out of curiosity. Is there a way I can feel that or find that out or something? Like
It
an
doesn't-
insight check?
Doesn't look like there's anything riding Sprout.
Okay.
And as far as your senses, physically or magically, would tell you, there is no hitchhiker on Sprout.
Okay. Cool. Do you think they might need that amulet back? If not, we could just drop it and go.
Probably not a good
want
idea.
it.
Yeah, I don't know if just leaving it here is gonna.
I mean, do we really want to deal with that? I mean, what if all we have to do is leave that amulet and go?
Perhaps the big scary is just upset that it is missing its thing, and it will be kind once we give it back.
Sure.
He's showing up in our dreams. I don't feel like he's gonna be kind.
Before we make those decisions, I think we need to find out what's going on. Is this something just in Avis? Is it across the kingdom? Is the Empire affected as well? We just don't know anything right now. Santos may be the place to find something out.
How far does the soul network? How far could I reach out? Like proximity, miles, feet, whatever wise.
How far have you tried to reach out?
Probably not very far. Maybe up to like somewhere between half a mile and a mile. I'm gonna do that and just see if there's anything since it's so quiet in this.
Get nothing.
I mean, at least a mile in any direction. It seems like we're the only things here with any kind of life.
That's not great.
That's
No.
wrong.
Can you detect animal life, or is it just life?
Anything with life, I can't. I mean, if it's got sentient thought, I can try to talk to it, but there's got to be something there. Do I sense anything from Ophelia on the Soul Network?
Answering the big questions today.
That's a
Is it? Does it feel like everything else? It doesn't feel any different.
It feels older than looking at Ophelia may make you think you would feel.
Does Ophelia actually point to themselves? Okay, I just wasn't sure.
I think they do like just kind of cock their head like thinking, but I don't think they say anything.
I would just say through the Soul Network. Yep, you're here too.
Just like I think the medallion is speaking to me now.
Well, I have to assume that this conversation is happening while you're traveling.
I thought we were all just standing around the tent, just
Eating breakfast, cleaning up.
That's fine
All
too.
of us on one side of the line and Drand on the other.
yeah.
Trans shouting
15
from
feet away.
Lover's Quarter.
I feel like does a circle around Drand. Is he truly actually okay now?
So I guess then my question would be, if you are headed south, are you heading straight towards the city? Are you taking any divergent paths? What's the plan?
if I may, I think we need to take Sprout's little discovery here to like a historian or an artificer. Let's get some background on what we're carrying around with us. Could be a ticking time bomb for all we know.
Floating Isles, you would all know, it's a neutral nation.
Floating Isles. Floating Isles. Sorry, I just got excited.
They do have historians and scholars. They have temples, all of it untouched by a vast majority of the rest of Arteris.
And Sprout has traveled there once before.
Mhm.
That's a
I
long
mean, if
ways
we're-
away, y'all.
It's-
Yes, but we can get a boat in Vosantos. We can take it north to Halos and take an airship from there.
Never been
Has
on an
anybody
airship.
been to Vosantos before?
No.
I've passed through once or twice.
Okay,
Yeah,
at least one of us.
I would say that Cadence has probably even met the Eutropius family. Which most of you from this region or that have passed through would know that it is a trade city run by a family of nobles, the Eutropius family.
Would I have a relationship enough with them to seek shelter with them and to get information, or was it just kind of meet them in passing?
They are typically very hospitable, and I think Candace would have left a very good impression. So, yeah, I would say that you could probably seek shelter.
That would be my recommendation.
I think that's
I'd
as good a
rather-
lead as any.
I'd rather not travel on land through the kingdom. We don't know what's going on, and the parched pass this time of year is not the most pleasant to walk through.
Then we're going to fast forward just a bit. It's a ways on foot. Eventually, you would come across other travelers, other settlements. You would gifted with news of what's been going on. Lastanica has declared war on the Samaris Empire, their neighboring nation. King Vash is dead.
Oh, snap.
I didn't do it.
There was an attack a couple weeks ago. They believe that they were assassins from Samaris. The king held his ground valiantly, trying to defend his people. But he did fall, and his crown was picked up by his nephew. Currently rules Avis Adus in his stead. But fortunately, that's not all, because the 5 of you have been declared traitors to the nation of Lastanica. We're thought to be part of the assassination plot, and there is a massive reward on your heads.
We were the jailer. We weren't even near the castle.
So the king was killed during that situation?
It would seem so.
A lot of people were killed during that
Well,
situation.
yeah, but I'm just thinking, like, would I have known this already, or is this happened?
The
to
king
people?
was alive when you left.
Yeah, like. Oh man. Oh man.
Do we know the nephew's name?
Prince Ximena. Ximena.
How are they identifying us? Is it by looks? Do they know who we are? Like what information is being spread around?
There are posters, there's physical descriptions of you.
But like, how badly drawn are these posters?
Dave, how did they even think it was us?
That's a great question.
I don't think that even matters at this point. We're being set up.
I mean,
We need to leave the kingdom.
it's kind of difficult because I'm the only sea folk that I know out here.
And I'm the only automaton.
Very interesting.
We could change course, head to the free ports.
I think that might be better. We can't. I don't know if we can take a chance of sailing all the way up to Halos and then the floating isles if we're wanted here.
I mean, we could cover Echo's gills and tell people that Echo is an Esper and not a sea folk.
They have posters of all of us. You really think we're going to make it through? I mean, we'll have to make port in what, 4 cities on the way to Halos? 3 cities? I think we'll pass inspection every time.
I mean, if they don't get too close, maybe.
Sadis is very familiar with myself. I do not think I would pass inspection even from a distance.
I mean, is I don't know. I got nothing.
Cadence, I feel like we ruined your plans. You seemed like you had a goal, and we have definitely interrupted that.
No, Ophelia's alive. That was my goal. I mean, being wanted for the murder of a king is definitely an issue. I did not want to head home at this time, but there's a university in Priya Shate.
What if we just leaned into the fact that we're being marked as criminals and we just burned and pillaged and murdered our way to wherever we need to get?
Okay, I was with you on the first part.
I can lean into the criminal part, but not the murder part. I mean, not because I haven't killed anybody. It just doesn't seem classy.
Has
What
Echo
if we-
actually
I
killed
mean-
anybody?
What if we left roses after everybody we killed? That's classy, right?
Doesn't
kind of
make up for
roses?
the murder.
It doesn't matter, just as long as it's roses.
So the kingdom's out, obviously. We could try the Empire, but they may worry about us killing their monarchs as well. They may blame us for the war. The free ports are definitely an option, though somebody may still try to sell us out for a reward.
I mean, we could go to the north, but I'm not sure how effective that's gonna be. Like, you could hide out there. There's plenty of places to hide. It's not a very hospitable place. A lot of people don't head up there, but I mean, I don't know if that's the best place to be.
What if we find someone that can create illusions of us that we could put on so we can still travel normally, but with illusions?
You got to pay extra for that kind of action there, Echo, and I don't have that much money.
Yeah.
Money will be the least of our worries. Everybody
would-
has money. We could just get some.
So crime.
If it's money. It's crime, but it's not murder.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm all for crime. Just not the murder.
I have not been designated for either crime or murder.
Well, here's the thing. I was with Sprout on our way into the city earlier. Sprout is not good at stealing coin purses, so I don't know that we can really count on that situation.
Wasn't good at stealing corn purses. Did steal this, and it's gonna hold up the medallion.
Yes. We are also happy that you have that
And
medallion.
look at where it got us, Sprout.
Arguably more valuable, though.
So we can either sail up the coast of the kingdom, go to the floating isles for the library there, or we can sail to Priya Shate, go to the university in Kale.
If we're voting, floating isles.
I'm saying the university. It's probably easier for us to get to the university less conspicuous than it is for us to get to the floating isles, because we got to book an airship. Somebody's bound to recognize us.
We have to sail the entire coast of the kingdom to get to Halos.
Like we would have to sail an entire coast either way.
Yes, but
What if we
Priya
just
Shate
steal a
won't be
boat?
looking for us. Do any of us know how to sail a boat?
I mean,
I've
I
read many
kind-
sailing manuals.
I'm also of the sea folk, so I feel like I should know how to sail a boat.
Don't you spend
also
your
live
time underwater?
under the-
You don't. I can do water stuff.
Do you?
Yes.
Are there underwater boats?
Yes, we call them submarines.
Do they go? Are they upside down and they sail on the air?
Yes.
I don't.
It's fine. That's exactly what it is. That's what
You must tell me
submarines
everything.
are.
You must tell me everything.
I will show
We
you.
should vote.
So, what's the plan?
I'm doing whatever Cadence does. I think Priya Shade might be more amicable to. I might be able to use like the wow factor to gain, good points with them. But I don't know if that would be enough to negate the fact that we are wanted for murder. So
I think Priya Shate would protect us. They are a neutral country. Question for Hoop.
Mhm.
My original mission, there was no information about what I was after, right? It was vague, and part of it was okay. Yeah. I also vote Priya Shade then.
Echo has nowhere to really go, no purpose in life currently, so we'll go wherever.
I guess I'm
They
just
just-
along for the ride.
They just really like the floating isles because I want to see the middle of it now.
I would also really like to see them, but sailing the entire coast of the kingdom we're wanted for assassination of the king and is probably not the smartest
it
move.
would be that coast is the thing. Yeah.
It could be fun though.
Either way,
What if we go around the long way?
you need a boat.
Steal one is the best idea I've had.
We could.
The
Perhaps
Santos
ask.
is still your best bet.
The Atropos family, are they loyalists to the crown? Would I know that?
They
They
live there.
fought with the kingdom for generations to be considered part of the Freeport.
Interesting.
They lost because they are on the continent belonging to Lostanica, but
Ah.
they still fought for it.
So it's a risk. They may be able to help us. They may turn us in.
It's gonna be everybody we come across right
Yeah,
now.
it's a better shot than a lot of places, actually. There's a chance they're on our side.
We'd also just try to
Our
sneak on a
side.
boat, but I don't know how well that'll turn. Did everybody vote?
I think it was 2 Priya Shade and 3 whatever.
I think it was
I
either
guess
unanimous or I'm with you no matter what.
Great. Okay. I guess we're going
Alright.
to Kale then.
Let's go.
Very specifically not stopping in the capital. Going straight to Kale.
The rest of your journey south is a little more normal. Maybe unsettlingly so, considering what you had just witnessed. You might expect darkness to just be consuming the kingdom. Just these undead soldiers riding out, tearing cities to the ground, but no. People act like everything is normal. Yes, they have just declared war. Yes, the king is fallen, but no one down here is really affected. It's not too long before you find yourself on the outskirts of Vosanto. can smell the ocean, smell the catch of the day, hear the bells of ships coming and going, and hear the crowds of people gathered around the markets. I feel like that is a fantastic place for us to put a pin in this game and pick it up next time.
Man.
Yes. We're going to put a pin in it, pick it up next time. It's okay. We took a little
Everything-
divergence from what I'd planned, but that happens every time, so I am good with it. Thank you
We're
all.
just trying to survive.
Everything's fine, and we're not in danger, and we're totally gonna survive it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
sure.
Thank you all so much for being here, for being an amazing cast in a game that I've been so excited for, and I got to show off some monsters, and we got to see some very cool abilities, and watch you all be absolutely terrifying in combat. This game is so much fun. I cannot wait for the rest of it. One more time, I do want to go around and give everyone a chance to tell the people who you are and where they can find you on the internet. And we are in a different order this time because I like to be extra difficult. So going clockwise, starting for me, actually means that we're starting with Kit.
Oh, okay. Hi. I'm Kit. You can find me on Twitter at KitRollCause or on Instagram at KitRoll. And I will be here on Saturdays doing this. I will also be over on High Shelf Collective on Wednesdays playing a cyberpunk game where I play a little botanist. And nothing's going wrong. Everything's fine. Nobody has died. It's great. And then you can also catch me every other Friday over on Life in the Apocalypse, where we are playing a Regency-flavored Monster Hearts game. And it is delightful. It is between two tables, so we alternate tables every week. Last week was yesterday was my day. So come catch Table 1, Episode 2, next Friday. And that's all for me. Dog.
Up to Anna.
Oh, hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. Find me on Twitter and most other social media at Archival Dust Bun. As far as where to find me, on Tuesday nights you can find me over on Ballad of the Seven Dice with Nostradamus Core Phantom Ice, a brand new Lancer mini campaign that will be starting soon with a wonderful cast of characters over there. Wednesday nights you can find me on Valdrin's channel with Morphs in the Swamp Season 2, our Animorphs Blades in the Dark campaign. That is just a lot of fun if you enjoy teen trauma and drama and romance. Val does a wonderful job keeping us on our toes. Season 1 is a big...
Is it as insane as the Animorphs books?
Yes.
I'm very upset. I'm very upset that I didn't know about this until today because I've absolutely been obsessed with Animorphs. You know what? I'll tell you guys later. It's fine. It's fine. It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah. We just tried to stop the Yerks blowing up a nuclear warhead to create a serial rip to send people back in time. We weren't entirely successful, so we're not entirely sure where we're going to end up this week. Might be in the Ice Age. I don't know. But tune in to find out. This last episode's a great time to join in, as is the beginning of Season 2, because we recapped everything from Season 1, but Season 1 is also available on Valdrin's YouTube channel if you want to check that out. If you enjoy Lancer, sci-fi podcast, you can find my response team, Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast following a PR team who unexpectedly ends up on the front lines of a brewing conflict. We have sci-fi feels, narrative first, mech combat, roleplay focused characters. We've been described as if Battlestar Galactica had its own red versus blue. So if you like sci-fi or war stories or anything like that, you can find us anywhere you normally get your podcast and on Twitter at RT Omnicron. Also keep an eye out for Emergent Code, an upcoming queer and trans-led Animon story podcast taking a lot of themes from Digimon Tamers and Digimon Survive. So if you like the darker versions of the Digimon stories, come and check that out. We have an amazing cast that we revealed. You can find our cast list on our Twitter page, and we will have a character trailer, a character reveal up very soon. and episodes shortly after that. So you can give us a follow at Emergent Code Pod on Twitter. I have a number of other things coming up as well that I can't talk about yet, but I should be able to talk about next episode. But keep an eye on my social medias to figure out where that is. Oh, and I made the map for this game. We only saw a little snippet of it tonight, but it was a lot of fun. You may see more of it next time.
Absolutely. Also, the 27th, if you like Lancer and you like crying, join us.
Yes,
Fine.
it's going to be very
Everything's
sad.
fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. We're totally gonna live.
That brings us up to Fail.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Fail Prime. You know me here as Fail Prime. You can find me on Twitter if you want to follow very angry posts with me threatening and challenging various political parties to boxing matches to get them to shut up. That's what I do. I also head up Singularity Roleplay, where we have a number of great games starting up. We've got an elementary, middle school-based game coming out tomorrow, I believe, is its debut episode. It's called Pineview Elementary. It is going to be run by some really great people. Past that, on Wednesday, we do have my Tokusatsu-based Henshin a Go-Go debuting. If you want to see what Bob Ross would be like as a Power Ranger, you can come join us for that. And then later on, we've got City of Mist and Spy Game also debuting. We're working on some Avatar The Last Airbender stuff. So if you want to get into some games, join some tables, and get your chance to play, join us over at Singularity. Aside from that, you can find me here for the next episode of Fatal Ascension, and I will go ahead and pass it on over.
Over to Kian.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_fun. Today I was playing Sprout. My next thing is going to be next week. I'm going to be here for Brinkwood, which I'm super excited about. And then I'm also on Thursdays over on Sword and Key. We're doing an Invisible Sun campaign. My character there is cursed currently, which I'm really excited about. But that was a lot of fun. Shit just hit the fan, so definitely come check out what is going on. All of our characters are losing it. And then on the 16th, I'm so excited. We're bringing back Nova. So I will be here to watch or to play Nova again. Hopefully I'll be playing Sunshine because in that game I'm dead. So not a good track record, but we're going to see what happens. And then, yeah, I'll be hanging out here for the next episode of this campaign. But that is all I have going on right now.
You are our version of Travis Willingham.
Look, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, okay?
If we ever need someone to push the big red button, it's Kian.
Always.
Down to Glyza.
Hey, I'm Glyza. I'm a person of many hats. I'm a podcast host, a writer, a variety streamer, talk show host. I am the director of philanthropy over at TTRPG, that's TEA-TRPG, as well as a partner on the Gremlin Collective. Today, I was in front of you as a TTRPG personality. I am in so much shows. I don't know how many shows I'm in. I've stopped counting, and I'm tired. But you know what? It's worth it. To see all the stuff I'm in or wherever you need to find me, just check out bio.link/classical Glyza because it does have all of my links as well as a schedule that I keep forgetting to update. I should update it. But yeah, it's there. There is a calendar there that shows you where you can find me. And that's great. Or you can just look for @Classical Glyza everywhere on the socials. That's Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Hive, when it, I don't know. But also especially on Twitter, while it's still running. I mean, we've done 5 funeral celebrations now? And it's still out there. So yeah, Twitter, I do make all of my announcements there. I'm always online there, asking really weird questions, talking about Animorphs, talking about, this is why I'm upset that I'm not in this Animorphs games, because that is all I talk about. Anyway, I do make all of my announcements on Twitter. That's there is one thing that I'm doing regularly every Wednesdays when I'm not in a show. I do book club Wednesdays on my channel. I am reading, surprise, surprise, Animorphs. That's right, we're reading all 54 books plus bonus books, so that's 64 books. We are just on book 2, so if you are, if you are curious about what this Animorphs is all about, join me in re-traumatizing myself as we read all 64 books. That's right, even the bonus books. We're gonna do that, and that's it for me. Hey, hi.
I, of course, have been Andrew, your storyteller for tonight's game, and for most games around here, although you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GMs here in the coming weeks, because we got a bunch of great people that want to tell a bunch of great stories, and we are here to support it. If you like what we do, and you want to come and hang out with us, you can join our Discord. Link is down below. That big old button that says Discord. It's where we post things like casting call schedules, and just generally hang out and be giant nerds. Oh. We did it. Episode 1 is in the books. Next session is going to be super chill. There's just no violence, no pressure, nothing. It's just going to be easy street. None of you believe me. That's okay.
I mean, I gotta ask: are we watching the same show? Are we participating in the same show?
I have no reason to
Sorry,
distrust
I
you.
meant for me. There's going to be no stress.
No, Echo seems pretty not stressed.
Yeah, see? Everything's fine. Again, thank you all for being here. You're a fantastic cast. Thank you to everyone that came out to watch and support our premiere episode. Come back in 2 weeks so we can see where we go from here. But that is more than enough out of me. I'm going to throw a raid on over to our friends at Insomnia Night RPG. Bunch of awesome nerds playing D&D, a level 11 actual play. And I guess with that, be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.